At the beginning of the story, our hero says, "Today is my birthday, and honestly, I already have everything people dream about. I have a beautiful girlfriend who's also a rising actress of the new generation. My best friend is the future owner of the Prince Shinming Group, and he's like a real brother to me. As for my family, my father is the owner of the Jintian Group, one of the biggest companies around. And my mother is the head of the Chinese Tao Society. I also have an adorable little sister. She doesn't really do anything all day, but just seeing her makes me happy. When she asked me what I wanted for my birthday, I told her I wanted world peace, because there was nothing in this world that I lacked. But I had no idea that the more perfect my life looked, the more horribly it was about to fall apart." His father, Chen Weiguo, was a brilliant scientist. But one day, accusations spread across the media claiming that every technology he had ever created was stolen and copied. It almost felt like someone had bought the entire media, because every news channel only spoke against his father. Again and again, his dad tried to prove his innocence. He kept telling the world he had done nothing wrong. But when no one believed him anymore, he took his own life, just to prove he was innocent. After his father's death, the entire family slowly fell apart. His mother was devastated by the shock. After the funeral, she barely spoke a single word. At first, Chen believed time would heal everything, but he was completely wrong. Eventually, even his mother lost the will to keep going. Now the only family member he had left was his little sister. Chen somehow managed to endure the pain of losing his parents because responsibilities were weighing on him, but his sister couldn't handle it. Doctors eventually diagnosed her with severe autism. It was a condition that completely destroyed a person's desire to live. While his entire family was collapsing before his eyes, the only people supporting him were his girlfriend and his best friend. That was the only reason he hadn't given up yet, because he had promised them that he would keep fighting until the very end. But very soon, he was about to discover the horrifying truth. Meanwhile, Chen was thinking, I wonder if Ying Yi finally got some rest. I've been calling her for so long, but she still isn't answering. But the ringtone sounds really close. At that moment, Chen noticed his friend Killian's car parked nearby. He immediately became suspicious. Are Ying Yi and Killian together? Inside the car, Killian smirked and said, "Why aren't you answering your boyfriend's calls?" Ying Yi smiled and replied, "If he's my boyfriend, then what are you?" Killian laughed proudly. "I'm Killian, the expert at stealing other people's girlfriends. You know, my dad only told me to pretend to be friends with that idiot Chen. If it weren't for that, I would have never even looked at him, and I definitely wouldn't have sent you near him." Ying Yi then asked, "So the collapse of Chen's company? Was that your doing too?" Killian nodded calmly. "Of course. I'm the one who destroyed the entire Chen family. That Wu Zhao guy who exposed the Chen family, he was actually my spy. First, I became friends with that idiot Chen so I could learn all of their family's secrets. Then I planted my spy under his father and collected all the evidence needed to destroy them. To be honest, Chen Weiguo was an incredible scientist. He never did anything wrong in his life. But the world doesn't care whether you're innocent or guilty. People only believe what they see." Yin Yi sighed coldly. "You're honestly the worst person I've ever met. Chen Weiguo treated you like his own son, and that idiot Chen considered you his brother. How do you think he'll feel when he learns that he's been fooled his entire life?" Hearing everything from outside the car, Chen was consumed by rage. He kicked the car violently and shouted, "Killian, you son of a bitch. I don't even want to waste my breath talking to scum like you. I recorded everything. Soon your entire family and this disgusting woman will be rotting in prison. I'm going straight to the police station. After that, let's see what happens to your filthy family." Yin Yi panicked immediately. "If the truth comes out, my image will be destroyed. I'll never get work again. My dream of becoming an actress will be over." Killian's expression suddenly turned dark. "Then there's only one solution left. We kill him." The next second, Killian drove the car straight into Chen and crushed him. Yin Yi screamed in horror. "You killed him! We're gonna get caught because of this." Killian remained completely calm. "Relax. I'll just pay someone to take the blame for everything." Then he looked down at the dying Chen and smirked. "You hear me, my friend? After killing you, my next target will be your sister. She can't even defend herself. It'll be easy to get rid of her. And let me give you one final piece of advice for your next life. Never make a friend as rotten as me." As Chen slowly closed his eyes, he thought, "So this is how I die. I'm so angry. I couldn't protect my family." But the moment Chen opened his eyes again, he found himself standing in a completely different world. Confused, he looked around. "Where am I? What is this place?" Suddenly, a mysterious girl appeared before him. "Chen, I already know your entire story. Do you want revenge?" Chen immediately shouted, "Send me back right now. I'll take revenge myself." The girl smiled faintly. "Things aren't that simple. The place you're standing in is called the Temple of Wisdom. All the knowledge and data from every intelligent civilization in history is stored here. And I'm the caretaker of this place. My name is Lana Batty. I can help you take your revenge, Chen quickly replied. If you help me get revenge, I'll call you Daddy too. Lana sighed helplessly. That's not what Batty means. We use Batty for someone with an extremely dominant personality. Haven't you ever heard of Batty Baby? It's that kind of title. Chen waved his hand impatiently. I don't care about names. Just tell me how I can take revenge. I want those two bastards to die the worst deaths imaginable. My parents died because of them. I'll never forgive them. You know, I even recorded their confession. So just send me back to that exact moment. I'll expose them and have them arrested myself. Lana said, I really hate to tell you this, but I can't do that. After your rebirth, this world won't remain exactly the same as it used to be. Your family was still destroyed by the Jin family. That part is true. But the recording you made of their confession will no longer exist. In fact, your accident won't be caused by Killian anymore. It will simply become an ordinary traffic accident involving an electric scooter. And because of that, only your arm will be broken. Nothing more. Chen frowned and asked, so what are you saying? Is this some kind of parallel world? Lana shook her head. No, this is the same world. Let me explain what's happening. I originally came to Earth to study humans. Humanity was slowly evolving into one of the most intelligent species in existence. But then something went wrong. Chen immediately asked, what happened? Lana replied, because of an unknown power, Earth's overall intelligence level drastically declined. All the people who once revolutionized their fields completely disappeared from history. To maintain balance, our system replaced them with people who had much lower IQs. That's why I need your help. I want you to restore this world to what it used to be. But this task is extremely difficult. So I implanted a special system inside your mind. To activate it, all you need to do is shout the word, Batty. Chen thought awkwardly, if I suddenly scream Batty in front of people, what are they going to think about me? Couldn't she have chosen a better password? Right then, a status window appeared in front of him. Lana explained, you'll be able to monitor all your growth through this interface. The system will evaluate your daily performance and assign missions. If you complete them successfully, you'll receive rewards. If you fail, you'll receive penalties. You can also use your reward points to shop in the system store. And if you obtain items you don't currently need, you can place them into storage. There's also another feature called the Holy Envoy, but that's extremely advanced, so we'll discuss it later. Chen nodded. Alright, I understand now. You want me to help fix the mistakes made in this world, and in return, you'll help me get revenge. That sounds fair to me. I promise I'll help you. Lana looked at him seriously. I hope you can survive until the end. Suddenly, Chen noticed that his credit points had started decreasing. Lana explained, you currently have 100,000 points gifted by the system. You can think of those points as your remaining lifespan. When your points reach 0, you'll die permanently. And this time there won't be another rebirth. What happened, Chen? Are my words finally scaring you? Chen smiled coldly. Fear? That word no longer exists in my mind. I've already died once, so I'm no longer afraid of death. In this new life, I now possess an incredibly powerful system. And with its help, I'll completely crush those traitors. Killian, Yin Yi, enjoy your happiness while you still can, because your downfall is coming. Soon after, Chen was reborn into reality. He explained, after returning to the real world, I realized many things had changed. I confirmed this wasn't a parallel universe. But the biggest difference was that the average IQ of people had become extremely low. My sister, who originally suffered from severe autism and had completely lost her will to live, had somehow turned into a cheerful and energetic girl. At least she could smile now instead of silently sitting alone all day. His little sister gently touched his injured arm and asked, Brother, does it hurt? If I touch it softly, maybe it won't hurt anymore. Chen thought to himself, how could I possibly feel pain right now? My entire heart is filled with revenge. 1 month later, Chen explained, Uncle Lee, who had been my father's best friend, adopted both me and my sister. My sister's condition was too unstable, so I couldn't refuse. Uncle Lee then said, Chen, Principal Lin is a close friend of mine. He's the only reason you managed to get late admission. So please, keep a low profile at school. If you cause trouble, it'll create problems for the principal. You already know Chongqing University is one of the most prestigious universities in the country. Only rich and powerful people study there, and making enemies there right now would be a terrible idea. Chen calmly replied, Don't worry, Uncle Lee. I know what I'm doing. As he entered the university gates, Chen thought, this is where my revenge begins. But suddenly Killian walked toward him with a mocking smile. You know, Chen, I still regret that you didn't die after getting hit by that electric scooter. At least then you could have reunited with your dead parents. Then he looked at Yin Yi and smirked. You've gone out with both me and Chen before, so tell me honestly, which one of us is better? Yin Yi laughed mockingly. Chen isn't even worthy of cleaning your shoes. I guarantee that loser will die single. The surrounding students burst into laughter after hearing her words. At that moment, Lana suddenly appeared beside Chen and whispered, These people have IQs equal to 3-year-old children. So why are you just standing there? Hurry up and open the system store. Buy the dirty mouth item and show them the true power of a real man. Oh right, I forgot to tell you. With that item, you can teach these idiots a very good lesson. Chen nodded. Alright then, let's try this dirty mouth item. Then he quietly muttered, Batty. Lana immediately complained, that's way too soft. Say it louder. So Chen suddenly shouted, Batty, help me. Instantly, the system shop opened before him. Looking through the items, Chen muttered, there are only 3 items available. The first is Dirty Mouth, which costs 100 points. The second is Wisdom Head, which costs 100 points per second. And the third is Fallen Fortress, which also costs 100 points. But seriously, what am I even supposed to do with weird items like these? Lana replied, the people standing in front of you literally have the intelligence of toddlers. Hurry up and buy the items. Teach them a lesson and level yourself up. Chen shrugged. Well, they aren't expensive anyway, so let's buy them. The next second, Chen activated Dirty Mouth. Killian sneered at him. Look, I know you secretly think of me as your dad, but you don't have to announce it in front of everyone. Yinyi laughed. It looks like the accident completely damaged his brain. Now, he's calling everyone his father. Chen looked directly at Yinyi and replied coldly, do you know why you use such expensive perfume? Because your body constantly smells like a filthy stray dog. And don't ask why I'm calling you a dog. Go ask your parents instead. They probably regret giving birth to you. I also know why you keep your hair so long, so you can pretend you're 2 inches taller. You know there's a phrase called beauty with brains, but sadly, you have neither beauty nor brains. And honestly, I don't even want to keep talking about you anymore. Just saying your name makes my mouth feel dirty. A disgusting guy like Killian is the only person capable of tolerating someone like you. Hearing those words, Yinyi's face twisted with rage. Yinyi shouted angrily, where the hell is he even getting all these filthy insults from? If I could think of words like that too, I'd definitely roast him back. Killian glared at Chen and said, if you've got the guts, then say all that again. Chen smirked and replied, look, maybe you're used to hearing disgusting things, but I'm not used to saying them. At first, I thought only your brain was defective, but now you've proven your ears don't work either. I insulted you so clearly and you still couldn't understand it, though honestly, it's not entirely your fault. If pigs are fed human food for too long, this is exactly what happens. The surrounding students burst into laughter. Chen's turned into a complete roasting machine. He totally destroyed Killian. Even Lana laughed excitedly. That was amazing. You bullied them perfectly. Killian clenched his fists and shouted, talking trash won't help you. You missed the entrance exam because of your accident. So how are you even attending this school? Isn't that cheating against the other students? The crowd immediately started whispering. He probably bribed his way into the university. Yeah, he definitely used shady methods to get admitted, Chen calmly replied. I received special admission because of my intelligence. Killian scoffed. I don't believe someone like you deserves to study here, Chen shrugged. Whether you believe it or not makes no difference to me. But if you all want proof of how capable I am, then let's have a quiz competition. We'll ask each other questions, and whoever fails to answer will leave this school. I don't know if you're a man of your word or not, but if I lose, I'll definitely drop out. Killian smirked. You seriously think you can beat me? At that moment, a student stepped forward and said, Young Master Killian, let me handle this brat. Another student whispered in shock. Isn't that Chaiyu, the mathematical Olympiad champion? Math is considered the hardest subject here. If he's participating, then Chen is definitely doomed. Chen thought calmly, before coming here, I already studied all the textbooks. Even the graduation level books here are so easy that kindergarten kids could solve them. So it doesn't matter what kind of question he asks me. I'll solve it easily. Chaiyu stepped forward proudly. My name is Chaiyu, and I'm the mathematical Olympiad champion. I won't ask you anything difficult. Just answer one simple question. What is 9 multiplied by 9? Chaiyu thought to himself. Even top students fail at this question. Little kids literally pee themselves after hearing it. There's no way he can answer this. Chen replied instantly. 9's 9 equals 81. Chaiyu froze in shock. How? How do you know the legendary mathematical formula called multiplication? How can an ordinary human perform multiplication? The crowd exploded with excitement. He's not lying. He's actually a genius. That's why he got special admission. At that moment, Chen activated the Wisdom Head item. Then he smiled and said, My turn now. I'll ask you something very simple. What is 4 plus 6? The surrounding students laughed. That question is way too easy. It looks like Chen wants to lose on purpose. But because of the Wisdom Head effect, Chaiyu couldn't think properly anymore. Sweating nervously, he muttered, The answer should be equal to the number of fingers on my hand. But I forgot how many fingers humans have. Killian immediately kicked him angrily. You idiot! You can't even answer something this simple? Even I know the answer. Then he turned toward Chen and said, The guy you defeated was competing separately. The real competition starts between you and me. Chen nodded. Fine. Ask whatever you want. Killian smirked confidently. Then answer this. What digit can you remove from 100 to make it equal 0? One of the students nearby whispered. I can't even solve that with a calculator. Killian really asked an insane question. Killian proudly declared, even great scholars failed to answer this. This question has been passed down through my family for generations. The answer is locked inside our family vault. Only the vault itself knows the answer. Lana immediately shouted, Chen, why are you just standing there? Hurry up and teach this idiot a lesson. Chen looked at Killian and sighed. If your ancestors really created this question, then that proves none of this is your fault. You're simply a hereditary idiot. The fact that you can even use your brain a little is already a miracle. The answer is 1, because no matter how many zeros remain together, if you remove the 1, the zeros lose all value. The crowd instantly went silent. Then Chen continued. All right, now answer my question. If we add every number from 1 to 100 and multiply the result by 50, what do we get? I can solve this without even using a calculator. But even if you had one, you still wouldn't be able to answer. The answer is 50. If you don't believe me, ask your friends. The students behind them shouted excitedly, he's like a human calculator. He answered instantly. We couldn't even write that fast. Chen then smiled coldly. Now kneel. Killian immediately snapped back. Forget it. I'm not kneeling in front of you. This was just a quiz competition, not a bet involving my family's property. At that moment, Chen secretly activated the falling banana technique. Instantly, Killian lost his balance and dropped to his knees. The crowd gasped in shock. Killian actually knelt down. Chen stared at him coldly. If your father had taught you proper manners, then I wouldn't have needed to do this today. Killian thought nervously. My leg slipped. But why did I fall to my knees instead of completely collapsing? What are all these people thinking about me now? Grabbing Killian by the face, Chen whispered, this is only the beginning of your nightmare. Let's see how much worse your life becomes from here. As Chen entered the school building, he thought to himself, that was only the start. Things are going to become far more brutal from now on. Lana laughed proudly. I absolutely loved your performance. Meanwhile, Killian shouted furiously from behind him, Chen, just wait. I'll definitely get my revenge. Standing nearby was a girl who had silently watched the entire scene unfold. She smiled slightly and thought, I never expected such an interesting freshman to join the university this year. Later, during the opening ceremony, the same girl stood on stage welcoming the students and teachers. Welcome everyone to the new semester. A chubby student nearby stared at her dreamily. She's so beautiful. Honestly, even if I had to sacrifice 10 years of my life to make her my girlfriend, I'd gladly do it. Another student immediately replied, Are you insane? She's one of the 4 heavenly goddesses. Even thinking about someone like her is foolish. The narrator explained. At Zhongji Academy, there are 4 unbelievably beautiful girls known as the 4 heavenly goddesses. They are Chen Roshi, Lin Yu, and the others. You could describe them as the perfect combination of beauty and intelligence. Not only are they gorgeous, but they're also exceptionally talented in every field. One student said, Lin Yu is one of the 4 goddesses. It's a good thing she didn't hear what you said earlier. Otherwise, you'd definitely be in trouble. The chubby guy immediately replied, Brother, thanks for reminding me. Otherwise, I really would have gotten myself into huge trouble today. Another student laughed and said, It's fine. You know, there's also a girl named Yin Yi in our class, and she's pretty beautiful too. Our school is full of gorgeous girls. We'll definitely find someone eventually. Chen suddenly spoke up. My friend, don't chase after pretty girls too blindly. One day they'll betray you. I'm speaking from experience. The prettier the girl is, the more painful the breakup becomes. The student responded jokingly. Well, from my experience, the farther the grapes are, the sourer they become. The chubby guy whispered, Looks like Yin Yi rejected him before. That's why he's talking like a bitter hater. Soon, everyone walked out of the auditorium. An announcement echoed through the campus. After the opening ceremony, all clubs will begin their recruitment events. We hope all freshmen participate actively. Chen stretched tiredly and said, This ceremony was exhausting. And now there's still a welcome event afterward. I need to go home and figure out how to bully Yin Yi and Killian even harder. Lana laughed proudly. You're doing extremely well. A true bully isn't someone who only attacks when the opportunity appears. A real bully constantly plans ways to torment their targets. If you keep improving like this, you'll turn their lives into absolute hell. Suddenly, Chen began hearing loud warning sounds in his head. Confused, he asked, What's this noise? Lana explained, You hear that whenever your points are running low. You only have 1 hour left to live. Chen froze in shock. That's impossible. Even after buying those 3 items, I still had 80,000 points left. How could they disappear this quickly? Lana sighed. You used the Wisdom Head item on Chayu earlier. That item consumes 100 points every second. And look carefully, it's still activated. That's why Chaiyu's brain still isn't functioning properly. Chen smacked his forehead. I completely forgot to deactivate it. That's why my points disappeared so quickly. First, I need to turn this thing off. The moment Chen deactivated the item, Chaiyou suddenly shouted, 4 plus 6 equals 10. Why couldn't a math genius like me solve such a simple question earlier? Chen sighed helplessly. I've been way too careless. Then he quickly asked, is there any way for me to survive? Lana nodded. If you complete the system super mission, you'll definitely survive. Your mission is to become the most popular person on campus. As a reward, you'll receive 100,000 points. But super missions are extremely difficult. The success rate is incredibly low. At your current level, even if you tried 10 times, you might only succeed once. However, the harder the mission is, the greater the reward becomes. But there's one important thing you need to remember. You absolutely cannot fail. If you fail the mission, you'll have to return every reward the system promised you. Chen impatiently replied, stop wasting time and just tell me how much time I have left. Lana rolled her eyes. I'm not your secretary. Check the baddie system yourself. It'll tell you everything. Chen opened the system and accepted the mission. He discovered he only had 58 minutes remaining. Thinking carefully, Chen muttered, Uncle Lee told me to keep a low profile at school. But how am I supposed to become famous without revealing my identity? At that moment, he noticed someone nearby had dropped a mask. Picking it up, Chen smiled. The owner of this mask has the exact same hairstyle and body shape as me. I'll borrow it for a little while and return it later. Soon after, Chen arrived at the math club recruitment event. Looking around at the huge crowd, he thought, what are all these people doing here? Then he realized the senior students had prepared difficult math problems for the freshmen, and the juniors were desperately trying to solve them. Chen smiled. There's a massive crowd here. If I use my math skills properly, I can become famous very quickly. A senior student approached him and said, Kid, you're a freshman too, right? The questions left by the seniors are way too difficult for you. You should try the freshman level questions instead. If you solve them, you'll still receive a great prize. One freshman question read, if 5 cats eat 5 fish in 5 minutes, how long would it take 100 cats to eat 100 fish? Chen glanced toward another section and asked, what's so special about that president-level question? The senior immediately replied, our club president personally created it. It's an extremely difficult question. You better think carefully before attempting it. Chen smirked. If it's really that difficult, then I definitely want to solve it. The senior stopped him. Wait a second. To attempt the president's question, you first need to solve 2 freshman questions. Chen answered instantly. The first answer is 5 minutes, and the second answer is 11. I don't think either of my answers is wrong. The senior stared at him in shock. You're absolutely correct. The surrounding students gasped. We've been trying to solve those questions forever, but this guy solved them within seconds. He's definitely a genius. Meanwhile, Chen calmly looked at the president's question and began solving it. After a moment, he said, the answer is 2 to 3 4 to 1. The senior's eyes widened. That's correct. The crowd immediately exploded into chaos. A genius of the century has appeared. How is he solving these questions so easily? The senior excitedly announced, congratulations, you've officially won the entire quiz competition. As your reward, you'll get the chance to have dinner with our club president. That's the ultimate prize of the math club. The surrounding students looked incredibly jealous. He gets to eat with the goddess of our college. How lucky can one person be? Finally, Chen sighed in realization. So that's why so many people gathered at the math club. Well, my job here is done. I should get going now, Lana said excitedly. Your performance was excellent. You've already completed 20% of the mission. Meanwhile, Chen started running away and shouted, look, I don't want to have dinner with the president. I'm leaving. And Lana, there were so many people there, but the mission only increased by 20%. The surrounding students were shocked. Who was that guy? He actually refused to go on a date with one of the 4 goddesses, Jibing Cheng? Soon another announcement echoed through campus. The track and field club is about to begin a 1,500-meter race. All new athletes are welcome to participate. Chen looked toward the crowd and muttered, this place is definitely going to attract a huge audience. Honestly, I didn't expect there to be a long-distance race here. It's not like I'm weak at sports, but compared to professional athletes, I'm definitely lacking. Lana immediately replied, why are you giving up already? You've reached level 2 now. Every time you level up, the system gives you a chance to win a special prize, and the reward completely depends on your luck. Chen rubbed his chin thoughtfully. So this system isn't completely terrible after all. If I win even 10,000 points from this reward, I'll gain 2 extra hours to live. Suddenly, the lottery wheel began spinning. A moment later, Chen received a new ability. Same pace in race. Lana immediately cheered. You're incredibly lucky. With this skill, you can keep running endlessly without getting tired. You know, this ability is super useful, especially when teachers punish students by making them run laps. Chen laughed awkwardly. Yeah, that's actually pretty useful. Alright then, I'll accept this reward, Lana snorted. Stop acting cool. You should be thanking Lana properly for this. You know, Chen, you're becoming ruder with time. At that moment, a student nearby bragged loudly, What? A 1500-meter race? That's way too easy for me. Athletes like me treat that as a warm-up. The person speaking was Lei Kaishuan, a sports student. Lei Kaishuan glanced at Chen and sneered. What? You think wearing a mask makes you look cool? Once you step onto the field, strength matters, not looks. But Chen completely ignored him. Kaishuan became irritated. How dare this guy ignore me? Fine, I'll humiliate him during the race. Soon, the race officially began. Looking at Chen's running posture, Kaishuan thought, this guy runs like it's his first time ever racing. And who the hell sprints at the start of a 1500-meter race? If he keeps running like that, he'll collapse from exhaustion soon enough. But after 500 meters, Kaishuan's expression changed completely. What the hell? Did this guy take some kind of energy pill? He's been sprinting non-stop for 500 meters. I thought he'd slow down eventually, but he's not slowing down at all. I can't lose my first race at Chongqi Academy. I need to show everyone that I'm a professional athlete. Kaishuan immediately unleashed his full speed and started running seriously. Laughing confidently, he shouted, Kid, you can't beat me. But at that exact moment, Chen casually pulled a book out of his pocket. Thinking calmly, he muttered, Long-distance running is getting boring. I might as well read for a while. At least I'll gain something useful from it. The crowd stared at him in complete disbelief. This guy is insane. He's running that fast while reading a book. No normal human can do that. A few moments later, Chen crossed the finish line first. The announcer shouted excitedly, A new champion has appeared in our academy. He broke the record in his very first race. Meanwhile, Kaishuan was still desperately sprinting. I won't let you win. But before reaching the finish line, he suddenly collapsed unconscious onto the track. The crowd panicked immediately. Someone fainted. Hurry and take him to the hospital, Lana happily announced. Our mission is already 50% complete. If you keep progressing at this pace, you'll achieve your target very soon. Chen nodded thoughtfully. I understand now. Participating in popular activities gives me a lot more points. Let's see what other popular events are happening around campus. Soon, he noticed a massive crowd gathered in another area. One student shouted excitedly, The Mystery Club's opening event attracted a huge number of people. Another student explained, This year, the Mystery Club worked really hard. Whoever solves the first 50 questions gets the chance to meet Diva Wang. At that moment, Goddess Lin Yu was also standing nearby. The Mystery Club's first question was displayed. If you witness a traffic accident and the car number is NOUA18, why can't the police find the vehicle? The second question read, A professor mysteriously disappeared while working at his desk. On the desk, the words 101x5 were written. What does it mean? Lin Yu frowned slightly. This year's difficulty level is way too high. These questions will take a long time to solve. Chen answered casually. The police couldn't find the car because they saw the license plate through a rearview mirror. That reversed all the numbers and letters. And as for 101 times 5, it means SOS. The professor wasn't missing voluntarily. He was kidnapped and was secretly asking for help. All right, I've looked through enough questions. I'll solve the rest quickly. Then Chen rapidly began answering every question one after another. Everyone watching was completely stunned. Chen thought calmly, these are all just basic reasoning problems. There's nothing here that I can't solve. A few minutes later, Chen finished the entire set and said, all the questions are solved. Looking at the shocked expressions around him, he smiled internally. Judging by their faces, they're completely stunned. That's perfect. My mission should be completed soon. Just as Chen was about to submit his answer sheet, someone suddenly rushed toward him and shouted, The King of Masked Singers competition is about to begin. I've been looking for you everywhere. What are you doing here? Hurry up and come with me. It's a good thing I recognized your mask, otherwise I never would have found you. I've been searching all over campus while you've been relaxing at the Mystery Club. Chen thought helplessly, how am I supposed to explain that he's mistaken? This mask actually belongs to someone else. But the student grabbed him immediately. Hurry up, we're running late. Meanwhile, Lin Yu stared at the completed answer sheet in disbelief. He actually solved every single question. She handed the paper to a Mystery Club member and said, Check this once. Are all the answers correct? The girl carefully reviewed the sheet before replying in shock. Yes, every single answer is correct. Our president personally confirmed all the solutions. That means the first prize belongs to you. Lin Yu tried to explain that she hadn't solved the questions herself, but before she could say anything, the announcer had already spoken. The winner of the mystery contest is Lin Yu. Everyone, please give her a round of applause. The crowd immediately erupted into cheers. Goddess Lin is incredible. She's seriously amazing. Meanwhile, Lin Yu felt guilty inside. That masked student worked so hard solving all those questions. But because he rushed off to the singing contest, I ended up receiving all the credit. I need to meet him later. apologize properly, and give him the prize. The scene shifted, and we were shown the singing competition. Lana said, "Your mission progress is still stuck at 50%. There hasn't been any improvement." Chen immediately realized what had happened. So that's why the mission didn't count. I never submitted the answer sheet, so the system probably didn't recognize that competition as completed. Lana replied seriously, "You only have 5 minutes left to survive. This is your final chance. You either survive now, or you disappear forever." Chen looked around the massive crowd and thought, well, at least this event has a huge audience. And since I changed my appearance with the mask, nobody will recognize me. But what exactly should I perform on stage? This world probably has never heard classical music, or even rap music. But honestly, I'm not confident enough in my own rapping skills to win. Suddenly, an idea struck him. Wait a second. Lana said all the legendary geniuses from every field disappeared from this world. That means their works don't exist here either. If that's true, then I can use songs from my old world and easily dominate this competition. And I already know exactly which singer can guarantee my victory. The great Bruno Mars. Meanwhile, some girls in the audience were chatting excitedly. We're definitely winning today. At the judges' table, a famous music producer named Dr. Drip sat confidently while thinking, those two girls sang incredibly well. They're probably going to be today's winners. Soon, the announcer shouted, and now, our final contestant will perform. Chen stepped onto the stage and said, "Today I'll be singing one of my favorite songs, Die with a Smile." Dr. Drip frowned immediately. "I don't think this guy has what it takes. And what kind of weird song title is Die with a Smile anyway?" Lana panicked and shouted, "Chen, hurry up. We only have 3 minutes left." Without wasting another second, Chen began singing. Lin Yu, who was watching from the crowd, thought, "It's honestly a good thing this guy only participates in competitions." Some girls nearby became emotional. "This song is amazing." The audience slowly fell silent as they listened. "He's an incredible artist." Even Dr. Drip's eyes started tearing up. "I can feel pain inside this song, but at the same time, it feels beautiful. How can a song carry emotions this deep? This classical melody feels like it's touching the strings of my heart. In an era dominated by rap music, songs like this can still exist?" A few moments later, Chen finished singing and bowed politely. "Thank you, everyone. That's the end of my performance." But suddenly the entire venue became dead silent. No applause, no reactions, nothing. Lana panicked immediately. "We're doomed. The audience isn't reacting at all. The system task hasn't been completed. At this rate, we'll disappear in 30 seconds. Just as the timer was about to end, the entire audience suddenly exploded into cheers. Everyone started screaming and clapping wildly. Chen looked around in shock. What the hell just happened? The system notification appeared instantly. Super mission completed. Reward 100,000 points. Chen sighed in relief. Thank God. Everything worked out just in time. Then he smiled awkwardly and thought, "My friend Bruno Mars, please forgive me for copying your song. But I had no choice. I needed it to survive." At that moment, Dr. Drip rushed toward Chen, grabbed his hand, and said excitedly, "Sir, your song was absolutely incredible. Would you consider selling this song to me? And if you don't already have a project, you should definitely come work with me. I can already tell you're destined to become a huge name in the music industry." Chen quickly waved his hands. No, I just sang casually. I don't want to become a singer." But Dr. Drip refused to give up. "At your age, being able to sing at this level is unbelievable. If you work with me, I guarantee I can make you a top artist in the music industry." Chen smiled awkwardly again. "Thanks, but I came here to study. I'm not interested in anything else." At that moment, Dr. Drip shouted loudly, "Whoever catches this masked singer will receive Diva Wang's autograph." The crowd instantly went crazy. "Hurry up and catch him. Take off his mask. We want Diva Wang's autograph." Meanwhile, Lin Yu sighed softly. "I still didn't get the chance to return that guy's prize, but it's okay. As long as he's still at Chongqi Academy, I'll definitely find him someday." Meanwhile, Chen quickly hid behind a wall and sighed in relief. "Finally, I managed to hide myself. Good thing I wore this mask. If I hadn't, my entire school life would have become a disaster." "You completed the mission without relying on system items. That's good, but don't misunderstand me. I'm not praising you. I'm simply saying you should focus more on improving your own abilities. That's the better path." Chen's expression darkened slightly. "I'm definitely not dying before taking my revenge. Killian, you better protect your life carefully, because your life belongs to me." At that moment, Killian and Yin Yi noticed Chen from a distance. Yin Yi frowned. "I've been hearing rumors all day about some masked guy causing chaos everywhere, but I never expected it would actually be Chen. I never wanted to see his face again, but it looks like I'll have to now." Killian smirked confidently. "Don't worry, I've already arranged everything. Tomorrow, something will happen that'll make sure he never sets foot in this school again." Later that night, the scene shifted to Uncle Lee's house. Uncle Lee asked warmly, "Chen, how was your first day? Did you like your new school?" Chen smiled. "Yeah, I had a lot of fun. And I already found 2 idiots there, so I'll never get bored." Then Chen stood up. Uncle Lee, I already ate dinner. I'm heading to my room to rest, but his little sister immediately stopped him. Brother, don't go yet. Tell me an amazing story first. Chen sighed helplessly. Zhaojin, good kids should behave properly. I promise I'll tell you a story later, she smiled brightly. I want to hear a Tom and Jerry story. The scene then jumped forward by 2 hours. Chen sighed tiredly. Just telling stories to Zhaojin took forever, and she even put hairpins in my hair before leaving. Now removing them is going to be a pain. But first, I need to finish my own work. After that, Chen entered the system space and began reading advanced level books. Lana had previously told him that time inside the system did not affect real-world time. Because of that, Chen could study there endlessly without worrying about time passing outside. Thinking calmly, he muttered, "The textbooks in this world are terrible. I can't learn anything useful from them. But thankfully the system contains all the knowledge from my original world." Soon, system notifications began appearing repeatedly. Reward earned for 1 hour of continuous self-study. Reward earned for 1 hour of non-stop exercise. Reward earned for properly following the system's training plans. Chen clenched his fists tightly. Mom, Dad, Zhaojin, just wait a little longer. I'll definitely reclaim everything we lost, and I'll take revenge for all of you. Even though time flowed differently inside the system world, Chen still eventually became exhausted. For some reason, I'm not even sleepy here. I should go outside and rest for a while so I can keep functioning properly. The system then displayed another notification. Reward earned for 1 hour of college-level painting practice. Back in the real world, Chen yawned heavily. I'm seriously exhausted. But suddenly, Lana appeared inside his room and accidentally caught him changing clothes. She immediately turned away and shouted, "You should change clothes inside a dressing room." Chen looked confused. This is my room. Nobody was supposed to come in. That's why I was changing here. More importantly, why are you here? I didn't even call you. Lana crossed her arms and replied seriously, I have an important announcement for you. You're being punished for your actions. Chen froze. What? But you said punishment only happens when I fail missions. I completed the super mission today. So why am I getting punished? Lana answered coldly. Don't forget your true objective. You're supposed to restore this world to what it once was. The results aren't based only on how many points you earn. You completed the tasks. But the way you completed them matters too. First, you stole someone else's mask. And when that athlete collapsed during the race, you didn't even help him. If we judge you based on moral values, you completely failed. Chen sighed and said, All right, I admit it was my fault. Lana then pulled out something called the punishment wheel. This will decide your punishment. Chen's face immediately turned pale. What the hell is this? One of the punishments says I'll have to run naked in public. Oh God, please help me. Just don't give me something insane. The next day, Chen was sitting on the bus to school. He complained helplessly. So now I have to confess to a random woman I don't even know. This system seriously gives the craziest punishments. Lana replied calmly. That's actually a very light punishment. There are much worse ones. Chen frowned. What happens if I just refuse? Lana answered coldly. You'll die instantly. Meanwhile, a truck driver was driving recklessly while thinking, no matter what, I have to stop Chen from reaching school on time. If I succeed, I'll get paid 10,000 yuan. But suddenly, the driver accidentally crashed into a black luxury car. Everyone nearby shouted, There's been an accident. Chen immediately remembered yesterday's punishment. Yesterday, I got punished for not helping someone. If I ignore this accident too, the system will definitely destroy me with an even worse punishment. Without hesitation, Chen shouted, Open the door quickly. I'm going to help them. Soon, a huge crowd gathered around the accident site. The bus driver sighed helplessly. Miss Yu, there's been an accident ahead. We probably won't reach school on time. But look over there. One of your academy students is helping the injured people. Lin Yu looked outside and immediately recognized Chen. So it's that new student from yesterday. Everyone knows there's an exam today, yet he still stopped to help strangers. This guy really has courage. The scene then shifted to the hospital. Lana whispered mischievously, What are you hesitating for? This is the perfect chance to complete your confession punishment. Besides, this grandma is in a coma. Even if you confess to her, it won't matter. Chen clenched his teeth in frustration. This stupid system is seriously driving me crazy. Then, after mumbling a few awkward lines, Chen completed the confession. He sighed in relief. Well, at least she's unconscious. My punishment is done without any problems. But suddenly, the grandma slowly opened her eyes. Huh? What did you just say, young man? Both Chen and Lana froze in terror. Then they instantly turned around and ran. This feels amazing. She was supposed to be in a coma. How did she suddenly wake up? While escaping, Chen accidentally dropped his student ID card. The scene then changed to Chongde University's exam hall. Chen rushed to the entrance and shouted, Please let me in, but the teacher blocked him immediately. The exam started 15 minutes ago. You can't enter now. Chen quickly explained, I got delayed because I was helping accident victims. I didn't do it intentionally. At that moment, Director Zhang Ming walked over. There's no point arguing here. Come with me to the office. We'll discuss this there. Inside the office, Zhang Ming crossed his arms and asked coldly, "First, tell me your name. And why exactly are you late?" Chen replied honestly, "My name is Chen. There was an accident on the road today. An elderly woman got injured, so I took her to the hospital." Zhang Ming snorted. "Do you think this is the first excuse I've heard? I'm a teacher, not an idiot. Students like you make endless excuses. Some of you even claim your relatives died just to justify being late." Chen desperately tried to explain. "I'm telling the truth. If you want, I can even send you videos later. Please, just let me take the exam." But Zhang Ming shook his head. "You already missed the Chinese literature exam. Even if you score full marks in mathematics, your average score will still be terrible. Tell your parents to transfer you somewhere else. Our school doesn't need useless students like you." Lana became furious. "Listening to this guy is seriously making me angry," Chen muttered quietly. "So what should we do? Should we teach this guy a lesson?" Lana quickly stopped him. "If you mess with the school director, it'll only create more problems for you. Use the system items instead." Inside the system space, Chen stared at the available items helplessly. "How are these supposed to help me?" Lana explained. "You only saw beginner items before because your level was too low, but now you've reached level 2. That's why new items are available." Chen looked at the prices and complained. "The price is doubled? What is this, some kind of black market?" Lana rolled her eyes. "The equipment is much better now. The more you invest, the more benefits you'll receive." Chen sighed. "I'm not buying everything this time. I'll just purchase the good fortune item. Let's see what this system thing can actually do." 5 minutes later, Zhang Ming looked irritated. "Why are you still standing here? Crying won't help. I'm not letting you into the exam hall." Suddenly his phone rang. He answered immediately. "Hello? This is Director Zhang Ming speaking." A surprised expression appeared on his face. "Oh, Director Zhang? Did the Education Bureau send instructions?" Director Zhang quickly asked. "Do you have a new student named Chen?" Zhang Ming glanced at Chen suspiciously. "Chen is standing right in front of me. Did this kid offend someone at the Education Bureau too? Or did he do something illegal?" Then he answered, "Yes, there's a student named Chen. He violated school rules today. I was just about to expel him." Director Zhang immediately raised his voice. "Expel him? Chen is an excellent student. My mother got into a car accident today, and he was the one who saved her. Students like him should become examples for society." Zhang Ming froze in shock. So everything Chen said was actually true. The woman he saved was Director Zhang's mother? Director Zhang continued, "Please thank Chen on my behalf. And make sure you take good care of him. When I visit next time, I want to personally thank him." Zhang Ming immediately straightened up. "Yes, sir. I understand completely. There won't be any problems for Chen anymore." Chen secretly smiled. These system items are actually incredible. Then he turned around dramatically and said, "Well, if I'm not needed here anymore, I guess I'll just drop out of school." Zhang Ming instantly panicked. "Student Chen, wait. Please forgive me. I was wrong. I already investigated everything and what you said was true. Because of your brave actions, the school wants to give you a bravery award. You've become an example for all students. I was the foolish one for misunderstanding you." Chen sighed inwardly. "Seriously, people change colors faster than chameleons." Then he said calmly, "I don't need any awards. I just hope you'll allow me to take the exam." Zhang Ming hesitated. 20 minutes have already passed. Even if I let you in now, you won't finish the paper in time. How about arranging a makeup exam later instead? Chen immediately realized that accepting special treatment might affect the system's judgment. Besides, he was confident in himself. As he walked toward the exam hall, he said casually, "There's no need to worry. I still have plenty of time left. I'm sure I can at least score 60 marks. The paper is out of 120. Getting 60 is easy for me." Zhang Ming stared at him in disbelief. Does this kid think this is some second-grade test? How can he act so confident? Then he thought seriously, no matter what happens, I can't let this child fail. Director Zhang specifically said he wants to meet him personally, and right now, I'm probably the only one who can help this student get a good score. After that, Zhang Ming arrived at the first-year teacher's office. He asked, "Teacher Chin, have you collected the students' exam papers from this morning?" Teacher Chin nodded. "Yes, they're right in front of you." After checking all the papers, Zhang Ming suddenly frowned. "But Chen's paper isn't here." Teacher Chin replied casually, "That's because he scored a perfect 120 out of 120. I already sent his paper to the principal." Zhang Ming was completely shocked. "What? He got full marks in such a short amount of time? Then why was I even worrying about him barely passing with an average score?" The scene then shifted to the principal's office. Principal Lin smiled and said, "Principal Li, your guess was correct. Chen really is a survivor." Later, when Chen returned to his room, he saw Jiaojin writing something in a notebook. Chen smiled helplessly. "Jiaojin, you're gonna ruin your brother's homework." But when he looked closely, he froze in shock. She had solved every single question correctly. Chen thought to himself, She solved all these high school level questions perfectly. How is she doing this? Then he quickly asked, Jiaojun, tell me, what's 597 plus 489? Jiaojun answered instantly, 1086. Chen became even more shocked. I should ask her something harder. If she solves that too, then it means she's just as smart as before. At that moment, Uncle Li walked into the room. There's no need to test her anymore. You and Jiaojun are both survivors. Your intelligence is the same as people from the old world. Chen looked confused. Uncle Li, what exactly are you talking about? Uncle Li sighed calmly. Don't be afraid. I'm here to protect you, not hurt you. This world has changed drastically, and you've already noticed it yourself. Chen was stunned. How does he know all of this? Uncle Li continued. All the great people from the previous world have disappeared. We still possess advanced technology, but humanity no longer understands how to use it properly. At this rate, civilization will eventually collapse. In the scientific community, people whose IQs have regressed are called regressors, and people who still retain memories and intelligence from the old world are called survivors. But things became dangerous after a mysterious organization started hunting survivors. Many government agencies that tried protecting survivors were completely destroyed. These people are extremely dangerous. If they discover you're a survivor, they'll definitely kill you. Chen couldn't understand it. What do they even gain from killing survivors? Meanwhile, Baba was thinking silently. It's a good thing Uncle Li still doesn't know your real identity. He only recognized you because of your intelligence level. Chen then asked Lana internally, do you know who's behind these killings? Lana replied lazily, I'm in charge of knowledge, not people's personal information. How would I know who's killing whom? Uncle Li then warned seriously, that's why I told you to keep a low profile. If you stand out too much, those killers will target you. Chen nodded slowly. I understand, Uncle Li. But how did you realize I was a survivor? Uncle Li explained. Do you remember the 20 additional questions in your math exam? Principal Lin secretly added those questions to every student's paper. If someone isn't a survivor, there's no way they could solve them. But don't worry. Principal Lin is one of us too. He won't cause trouble for you. After saying that, Uncle Li stood up. All right, I'll leave now. Jiaojun, let your brother rest. After they left, Chen sat silently and thought, I was way too careless. I thought I was the only person in this world who still had memories of the old world. But clearly there are many more survivors. And now there's even an organization hunting people like us. Surviving in this world just became a lot harder. The next day, Chen arrived at school. Lana said thoughtfully, I honestly didn't expect this world to change so much. So what now? Are you finally going to keep a low profile? Chen sighed helplessly. If it weren't for this punishment system, I could easily stay low-key. But if I do that, the system won't leave me alone. At least now we know about the killer organization beforehand. So even if they attack us someday, we'll be prepared. At that moment, Ji and the other students suddenly started running through the hallway excitedly. The results are out! The exam results are finally here. Yangji and Junze were excitedly saying, we're classmates now. We're definitely going to make class 10 awesome. Chen thought to himself, so I really did end up in class 10. At that moment, a student walked over and mocked them. Why are you class 10 students so happy? Don't you know how embarrassing it is to be in class 10? Kaishuan immediately grabbed the guy by the collar. What did you just say? I'm in class 10 too, but I'm not ashamed at all. The boy sneered. At first, I thought only idiots studied in class 10, but now I realize even animals study here. Only animals grab someone's collar over something so small. Before things escalated, Chen stepped in calmly. Kaishuan, don't worry about it. If you hit him, you'll get expelled from school. Then Chen turned toward the arrogant student. Look, I'm from class 10 too. Now watch how I handle him. Chen asked casually. So what's your score that makes you act so proud? The boy proudly replied, my name is Baki, and I'm in class 5. My total score was 154. Chen smirked. Hearing your score reminded me of a question. If you can answer it, I'll apologize to you on behalf of class 10. The boy thought confidently. This guy is ranked 500th out of 500 students. He's literally the dumbest student in class 10. There's no way his question will be difficult. Baki crossed his arms. Fine. Ask whatever you want, Chen said. Calculate 145 multiplied by 154, then divide it by D87. Annoyed, Baki shouted, what kind of math question uses English letters? Only an idiot would put English inside a math problem. This question is completely invalid. I'm not answering it. Chen smiled calmly. All right then, let me calculate it for you. As Chen instantly solved the equation, the students from class 10 cheered loudly. Our Chen is amazing! He completely destroyed Baki's pride. Chen then mocked him lightly. What happened? Did one little question already scare you? Baki stared at him seriously. What's your name? Chen replied confidently. To normal people, my name is Chen, but people like you can call me Genius. When Baki checked Chen's math score and saw he had scored 120 out of 120, he was completely shocked. So that's why this guy is so good at math. Meanwhile, we saw Yin Yi angrily hitting Killian. You told me Chen would never show up at school again. So why is he still here? Killian clenched his fists. I paid that truck driver to handle him, but that idiot failed. Looks like I'll have to deal with Chen personally now. At the same time, Lin Yu was silently observing Chen from a distance. This freshman is seriously impressive. He loves showing off. But honestly, the equation he created was terrifying. Wait a second. I recognize that handwriting. The masked student who solved all 50 questions the other day had the exact same handwriting. That means Chen is the masked genius. The scene then shifted to class 10. The teacher was teaching in the most basic way possible. Dogs can be white or yellow. Remember, you shouldn't provoke any dog because all dogs have teeth. If they bite you, it will hurt and you'll need injections. That's all for today's class. Chen sat there speechless. What exactly are they teaching us? In this world, even high school students are being taught kindergarten-level lessons, and math hasn't progressed beyond multiplication and division. Physics and chemistry have practically disappeared from this world. No one here even knows about them anymore. Restoring this world to its former state is going to be incredibly difficult. The teacher then left the classroom. Alright, don't make too much noise while I'm gone. As soon as the teacher left, Junzei stood up and said, Chen, thanks for helping us earlier. Otherwise, we would have been humiliated this morning. Chen replied honestly, I just didn't like that guy's arrogant behavior. I didn't do it for you specifically. I did it for the entire class. Lana suddenly warned him, if you build good relationships with people, it'll benefit you overall. And remember, if you offend too many people, the system won't spare you. Chen immediately remembered the terrifying punishments. If I get punished again because I offended someone, I'm seriously doomed. So he quickly changed his tone and laughed awkwardly. I was just joking. We're all classmates, so helping each other is natural. And besides, I only did it for the class. So there's no need to thank me. Junzei and Yanji Park smiled. We knew you couldn't actually be arrogant. Then Junzei excitedly shouted, hurry up and vote. Who should become our class president? Ruzin or Rui? Park explained. Both sisters are amazing. And now everyone's waiting to see which one becomes president. Chen looked confused. They look exactly the same. What's the difference? Junzei explained excitedly. There's a huge difference. The older sister, Ruzin, is gentle and sensible. She's especially talented in arts and crafts. And Rui is an amazing singer and dancer. If that masked singer hadn't appeared, Rui definitely would have won the competition. Chen pretended to act clueless. Masked singer? Who are you talking about? Park replied. The guy who sang Die with a Smile. Junzei added emotionally. He even refused the prize after winning the competition. He turned down Jia Bingchen's dinner invitation too. And honestly, every time I remember his song, I feel strangely emotional. Just then, Lin Yu walked into the classroom and said, Chen, can I talk to you for a moment? Junzei and Park were stunned. Sister Lin Yu? Outside the classroom, Chen asked politely, may I ask why the student council president wants to talk to me? I'm just an ordinary student. I literally ranked last in the entire school. Lin Yu smiled meaningfully. Are you really ordinary? The equation you wrote couldn't be solved by anyone in the school. And more importantly, I know you're the masked student who became famous overnight. Chen acted confused. Masked student? Me? How is that even possible? Meanwhile, Junzei was secretly spying on them from far away. What are they talking about? I can't hear anything. I know. I'll use binoculars. Then he suddenly saw Lin Yu handing a letter to Chen. Lin Yu explained, that masked student solved all 50 questions perfectly. And your handwriting matches his exactly. So don't try to tell me you're not him because I already compared both handwriting samples. Chen was stunned. I can't believe she figured it out just from my handwriting. Lana immediately warned him. This girl is dangerous. Stay away from her. Lin Yu calmly continued. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell anyone about you. I only came here to give you the envelope you won. Meanwhile, Park asked Junzei excitedly, what can you see? Tell us. Junzei peeked through the binoculars and gasped. Lin Yu is giving Chen a letter, and it's inside a red envelope. That means it's a love letter, Park shouted in shock. What? Senior sister Lin Yu confessed to Chen? She's one of the 4 goddesses of our school. Hearing all this, Kaishuan became furious. At the same time, Chen awkwardly said to Lin Yu, look, I'm sorry, but I think you've misunderstood me. Junzei screamed dramatically. Chen rejected Miss Lin Yu. He committed a huge crime today. He rejected one of the 4 goddesses. Kaishuan gritted his teeth angrily. I can't accept this. How could he treat Sister Lin Yu like that? He then walked directly toward Chen and pointed at him. I challenge you to a one-on-one match. Chen looked confused. What happened to you? Everything was fine this morning. Suddenly, Lana announced, Chen, this is your new task. You must defeat Kaishuan no matter what. As a reward, you'll receive 50,000 points. Chen smirked confidently. I never challenge people first, but when someone challenges me, I make sure to defeat them. Soon, most of the students gathered inside the basketball arena. At Chongyi Academy, Any student could challenge another student, and the winner could demand almost anything from the loser. Kaishuan said arrogantly, "We don't have time to waste all day. Let's settle this with one game. You can choose any sport you want." Lana immediately whispered, "This guy is smart. He's pretending to give you freedom, but he already knows he has the advantage in basketball. But honestly, defeating him in his own sport would be way more satisfying." Chen smiled calmly. "All right then, let's play basketball." The rankings were then displayed. Kaishuan was ranked number 8 in sports, while Chen was ranked dead last at number 500. Lana was surprised. His ranking is actually incredible. Kaishuan confidently declared, "I'm practically a pro basketball player. 3 minutes is more than enough to teach you a lesson." The game finally began. Kaishuan stole the ball from Chen and scored effortlessly. Everyone cheered as Kaishuan smirked proudly. "At school, everyone calls me Sniper because I never miss. Chen, if I win today, you'll have to shave your head bald and kneel in front of everyone while apologizing to me." Lana rolled her eyes. "He only scored 1 point and he's already acting this arrogant. Chen, just use your items. Make him slip, then use the measuring line and score repeatedly." But Chen refused. "You don't need items for everything. I chose basketball because I'm genuinely good at it." Saying that, Chen stole the ball from Kaishuan and rushed forward. He thought excitedly, "This is actually a strong opponent. I'm enjoying this. I don't want to ruin the fun by relying on items." The girls in the audience started whispering excitedly, "He's so cool." Kaishuan blocked Chen and shouted, "You only scored because you got lucky. But now you won't score again." Lana panicked. "You idiot. Why aren't you using the items? If you lose, you'll go bald. Do you know how embarrassing that'll be at school?" Time passed, and the match became incredibly intense. Both players eventually reached 9 points each. Kaishuan thought nervously, "This is his final shot. No matter what happens, I have to stop him. Even if we end in a draw, I'll still humiliate him and make him shave his head." Then Kaishuan finally managed to touch the ball during Chen's shot. "Now there's no way this can go in," but Chen smirked calmly. "I trusted my own skills, but I also knew this guy would definitely try something tricky. So now, I'll use the magic line." In the next second, the ball curved perfectly into the hoop. Chen's score became 10. The entire crowd exploded in shock. Kaishuan dropped to his knees in disbelief. "Because I lost to you, my ranking dropped all the way to 500. Lana laughed proudly. "You were acting all confident earlier. But in the end, you still had to use an item." Chen shrugged. "I had to win the task. Otherwise, I would have been punished by the system." The system notification appeared. "As a reward, you have received 50,000 points." Chen then extended his hand toward Kaishuan. "That was a great match." Kaishuan stared at him silently. This guy is actually pretty decent. But then, he slapped Chen's hand away awkwardly. "Stop acting weird. I lost, so I'll accept whatever punishment you want." Chen calmly replied, "I just want to know one thing. Why did you suddenly pick a fight with me for no reason?" Later, the two of them walked outside the school together. Kaishuan finally explained, "Back then, I used to get into fights at school all the time. And outside school, I was connected to local gangs too. That's why I was always fighting. Then one day, I met senior sister Lin Yu." The scene shifted into a flashback. Someone was angrily beating another guy while shouting, "How dare you mess with me? Today I'm going to teach you a lesson." Just then, Lin Yu suddenly appeared. "Stop right there, or I'm calling the police." Because of Lin Yu, the guy immediately ran away. Lin Yu then asked worriedly, "Are you okay?" Kaishuan smiled gratefully. "Thank you for helping me." After hearing the story, Chen nodded knowingly. "So Lin Yu saved you. That's why you like her so much. You fell for her that very day." Kaishuan quickly shook his head. "No, you misunderstood. The one getting beaten in that story wasn't me. I was actually the one doing the beating. I had beaten up a lot of people before, and nobody ever dared to stand up against me. But Lin Yu was the only girl who stood against me. She's genuinely a kind person. And because of that, I decided I would never let anyone bully her again." Chen said in confusion, "But when did I ever bully Lin Yu?" Kaishuan immediately replied, "She came to confess to you today, but you rejected her in front of everyone. Do you even realize how hurt she must feel right now?" Chen sighed helplessly. "You completely misunderstood the situation. When exactly did Lin Yu confess to me?" The scene then shifted to the student council president's office. Vice President Jibingcheng spoke seriously. "There's a huge problem right now. But why do you look so relaxed, like you don't even have any work to do?" Lin Yu calmly asked. "What happened?" Bingcheng replied, "Didn't you confess to that freshman boy? And didn't he reject you?" That rumor has already spread across the entire school. Lin Yu quickly denied it. "But I never confessed to anyone. I only went there to return a prize to a student, that's all." Bingcheng suddenly realized. "The prize? You mean the masked student, right?" Lin Yu nodded. "Yes, I'm certain Chen is that masked student, but he refuses to admit it." Then she asked curiously, "By the way, where are you going now?" Bingcheng replied, "The rumors are spreading too fast. I'm going to stop them before your reputation gets ruined for no reason." At the same time, Bingcheng thought to herself, so you're finally the masked student I've been searching for. You ignored my invitation before. Now I want to see what makes you so special. The next day, Chen arrived at school only to find himself surrounded by students. Everyone was whispering excitedly, so he's the handsome guy the president confessed to. No wonder she couldn't control herself. Lana sighed in disappointment. You said you wanted to stay low profile, but now the entire campus is talking about you. Just then, Bingcheng walked toward Chen and spoke coldly. Student, your shirt isn't properly tucked into your pants. That's against school rules. Meanwhile, she secretly thought, masked student, this time you're not escaping. Chen looked confused. Not tucking in my shirt is against the rules? A few days ago, I met the dean, and he never mentioned anything like that. Bingcheng replied calmly. He probably didn't notice. So tomorrow, you'll receive punishment for breaking the rules. Class 10 student Chen, your punishment will be announced soon. Chen narrowed his eyes suspiciously. Does this girl know me? Why does it feel like she's targeting me on purpose? Bingcheng snapped impatiently. What are you staring at? Go stand in the punishment line. When Chen arrived, he saw many other students already standing there. He thought, so these people were punished before me. Kaishuan angrily asked Bingcheng, why are you targeting class 10 students specifically? We know you're doing this intentionally. Jinzei also protested. Yeah, you can't just do whatever you want with us. Bingcheng crossed her arms confidently. Why are you complaining? You broke school rules. If the rules say students must draw one circle every day, then you must do it. You don't get to question logic. Rules are rules, and everyone must follow them. Inside her mind, she thought coldly, our president's reputation is getting ruined because of you. You're going to take responsibility for all of this. Chen suddenly spoke up. What if I change the rules themselves? Everyone knows a compass is used to draw circles. But if I use a compass to draw a straight line instead, will you let everyone go? Bingcheng was surprised. Draw a straight line using a compass? Fine, but there are 3 conditions. You can't use the compass like a pen. You can't lift the pen while drawing. And you can't draw tiny connected segments either. If you manage to draw a straight line while following even one of those conditions, then I'll let all of you go. And from now on, no matter how you wear your uniforms, you won't be punished anymore. Kaishuan encouraged Chen confidently. Don't worry, show her what you can do. Bingcheng smirked coldly. But if you fail, I'll report to the principal that you've been spreading fake rumors about the president, and then you'll be expelled from school. Chen calmly replied. All right, I accept. He then folded the paper into a curved shape and placed the compass on top of it. Chen explained, if you draw on a flat paper, the compass naturally creates a circle. But if the paper itself is curved, the line becomes straight. A moment later, Chen successfully drew a perfectly straight line. Bingcheng was completely shocked. How is this even possible? Chen then smiled calmly and said, always remember this. Principles are meant to guide us, but rules are meant to be broken. If nobody ever breaks rules, then the world will never move forward. Hearing those words, Bingcheng froze in silence. Kaishuan laughed happily. Thanks for helping us. That was amazing. Meanwhile, Lana complained dramatically. If you're never going to use my items, then what exactly am I even here for? Before anyone could respond, the dean suddenly arrived. Wait a second. What's going on here? Kaishuan immediately pointed at Bingcheng. She was intentionally stopping us here, Junzei added. She punished every single student from class 10. Bingcheng quickly defended herself. Stop making things up. Do you have any proof that I was targeting you? Chen suddenly stepped forward. There are 1,500 students in this academy. Each class contains 50 students. If we calculate the probability, it becomes obvious she targeted us intentionally. The dean suddenly remembered something. Wait, isn't this the boy who saved the director's mother? The director personally wanted to meet him. I definitely can't afford to offend him. The dean immediately decided to help Chen. Bingcheng, I clearly saw you troubling these students. And now you're pretending to be innocent? You've seriously disappointed me. Write an apology letter to all of them. Bingcheng panicked. But Dean, I didn't do anything. Ignoring her, the dean turned toward Chen respectfully. Mr. Chen, if anyone causes trouble for you again in the future, please come directly to me. I'll make sure justice is served. Chen smiled politely. Thank you. You're a very good dean. Meanwhile, Bingcheng stared at Chen in disbelief. Who exactly is this guy? And why is the dean favoring him so much? Killian smirked darkly. After everything that's happened, you still don't understand? This guy has powerful connections. He probably bribed both the principal and the dean. That's why they're acting so nice to him. Bingcheng narrowed her eyes suspiciously. Who exactly are you? And where did you suddenly come from? Killian replied coldly. I'm someone who brings justice to people. This Chen, he's like a cancer to Chongdi Academy. We need to expose his true face to everyone. That night, Chen checked his status screen and sighed. I'm still only level 2. My upgrade speed is ridiculously slow. Lana explained. If you want to level up faster, then you need to spread knowledge throughout the world. The more you help restore the world, the more points you'll earn. You can recruit 4 ambassadors to help spread knowledge globally. These ambassadors will each possess unique abilities and incredible strength. And most importantly, they'll be completely loyal to you. Look around carefully and think about who deserves to become your ambassador. Chen waved it off. I'm not thinking about that right now. I'll deal with it later. Suddenly, the system notification appeared. Your morality score has been publicly evaluated. You have failed today's task. Chen exploded in frustration. What kind of nonsense is this? What did I even do wrong? Lana reminded him. Remember when you drew that straight line earlier? There were school rules written on the front page of that paper. And writing over rules is itself against the rules. So now you'll be punished. Your punishment is, you must wear girls' clothes and go shopping for women's clothing in the market. Chen nearly lost his mind. Seriously, these punishments are getting worse and worse. And besides, I don't even own girls' clothes. Where am I supposed to get them from? Just then, Chen's little sister walked into the room and said softly, Brother, I couldn't sleep alone in my room. Can I sleep here for a while? Lana immediately whispered, Look, your sister's clothes are right here. You can wear those. Chen thought helplessly. Jiaojin, why did you have to come here right now? A little later, Chen finally changed into girls' clothes. Lana stared at him in amazement. I honestly didn't expect you to look this good in girls' clothes. If you were actually a girl, you'd definitely be incredibly pretty. Look at those guys behind you. They keep turning around just to stare at you. Chen sighed in frustration. I just want to finish this stupid task and go home. This punishment is seriously awful. Soon, Chen spotted a women's clothing shop in front of him. He thought dramatically, so this is my destiny now. At the same time, Junze and the others were nearby after buying some games. The moment Chen saw them, he immediately hid inside a cafe. What are these guys doing here? No matter what happens, they absolutely cannot see me. If they recognize me, I'm dead. Just then, Junze suggested excitedly, Why wait to play the game later? Let's just go inside this cafe and play right now. Lana laughed mischievously. Look how loyal your friends are. They came all the way here just to meet you. And the best part is, during punishment tasks, you can't use any items. Chen groaned. Yeah, I know. Otherwise, I'd have already escaped using my invisible cloak. Junzi stared at Chen suspiciously from afar. Why does that girl feel strangely familiar? Park ignored him and said, Stop staring at random girls and focus on the game. But Junzi kept looking. Look at her sitting there all alone. She must be feeling lonely too. Kaishuan asked curiously. She covered her face, so how do you even know she's pretty? Junze confidently replied, Just look at her figure. If someone has a body like that, her face must be beautiful too. Park nodded seriously. That actually makes sense. Besides, there are only 4 people in this cafe right now. This is the perfect chance to talk to her. Lana laughed. Look, your friends are coming toward you. But today, they definitely don't see you the same way they usually do. Chen almost lost his mind. These idiots are already coming over, and Lana keeps making it worse. Luckily, the waiter suddenly called Park and the others to the counter to collect their coffee. Taking advantage of the distraction, Chen immediately ran out of the cafe. After reaching the clothing store, he sighed in relief. Finally, we're safe. Now I'll just buy the clothes and leave immediately. As he randomly picked outfits, Chen thought, I shouldn't overthink this. I'll just grab anything and get out. At that moment, the shopkeeper approached him warmly. Miss, your proportions are really good. You should try these new outfits. They'll look amazing on you. After taking the dresses, Chen thought helplessly, this saleswoman is way too good at her job. I couldn't even refuse. Just as Chen was about to enter the dressing room, Lin Yu suddenly spoke from nearby. Sorry to bother you, but could you help me for a second? My swimsuit zipper is stuck. Can you open it for me? As Chen helped her unzip it, Lana immediately screamed, You pervert! Close your eyes! What exactly are you staring at? Lin Yu turned around and smiled. Thank you so much. But when she looked back again, nobody was there. Meanwhile, Chen had already escaped into another dressing room. He sighed nervously. Why is every single person I know wandering around this market today? This situation is getting seriously dangerous. Lana smugly replied, You don't need to pay attention to other girls. Once you level up more, I'll become even prettier than all of them. 10 minutes later, Chen finally finished shopping. The cashier smiled politely. Miss, please sign the bill. Just as Chen started signing, Lin Yu suddenly appeared beside him. Have we met before? You feel strangely familiar. Panicking, Chen immediately ran away. No, I don't know you. Meanwhile, the receptionist shouted from behind. Miss, you took the wrong bag. That bag belongs to the other customer. While running away, Chen sighed in relief. At least I successfully bought the swimsuit and escaped alive. At this rate, these punishment tasks are going to kill me someday. Lana scolded him. You're the idiot here. If you don't take punishment seriously, you'll definitely suffer later. Just then, Chen looked inside the bag and froze. Wait, did I actually buy this? Suddenly, Lin Yu appeared behind him. Nope, that's mine. When you left the reception desk earlier, you accidentally took my bag. I'm right, aren't I, student Chen? Chen immediately tried denying it. I have no idea which Chen you're talking about. I don't know anyone by that name. Meanwhile, Lana was shocked. This girl is terrifying. Chen is literally using the girl voice item right now, yet she still recognized him. Lin Yu smiled knowingly. Stop denying it. When you signed the bill, I recognized your handwriting immediately. It matches Chen's perfectly. Chen thought helplessly. Is this girl some kind of handwriting expert? How does she keep identifying me from my handwriting alone? Finally, Chen gave up. Fine. You caught me. But I had my own reasons for doing all this. Lin Yu smiled gently. Relax. I won't tell anyone you were wearing girl's clothes, and I also won't tell anyone that you accidentally saw my body earlier. But in exchange, you need to promise me one thing. Lana instantly panicked. Chen, prepare yourself. This girl is definitely about to ask for something huge. But Lin Yu simply said, can you please help me with my studies? Chen was completely stunned. You want help studying? Lin Yu nodded shyly. To be honest, you're a genius when it comes to math. I'm really talented in arts and crafts, but my science and math grades are terrible. If you help teach me, I promise I'll do anything for you. And I'll never tell anyone about today. Chen smiled slightly. Alright, that's not a problem. But first, listen to my request too. Inside his mind, Chen became excited. I was literally wondering yesterday how to spread my knowledge. And now I finally found the perfect method. Chen then said, I can help tutor you. But in return, you have to help me join the school radio station. Chen thought confidently. Once I get into the radio station, I'll finally have the perfect way to earn more points. The next day, Lin Yu successfully helped Chen join the radio station. Lana burst out laughing. After all that effort, you only got a job making tea. Honestly, your situation is hilarious. Chen sighed regretfully. If I had known Lin Yu would only get me this kind of job, I would have applied for the interview myself instead of asking her for help. Just then, Rui took a cup of tea from Chen and smiled. Chen, you're here too? I've been trying to memorize the president's speech for the interview, but honestly, I'm not sure if I can do it. Chen encouraged her calmly. Your voice is really beautiful. You'll definitely do well. Rui blushed slightly and thought to herself, this guy is surprisingly gentle, and one of the school goddesses personally came to him. Just then, Baki walked in and asked arrogantly, so, are you the one in charge here? The other students immediately reacted in shock. Deputy Station Manager? What are you doing here? Chen looked at him and smirked. You're the same guy who couldn't solve my question before, right? Baki frowned. You really don't need to bring that up every single time. The narrator explained that Baki is from class 5 and he had been studying broadcasting since childhood. He had even won a national-level youth host award. Because of his achievements, Baki had always been extremely arrogant. That's why being publicly humiliated by Chen again and again completely infuriated him. From that moment on, Baki secretly swore to get revenge on Chen someday. Baki crossed his arms and said, I heard Lin Yu personally recommended you to join this place. But don't get too excited. At the radio station, only speaking skills matter, not looks. Chen instantly fired back. Yeah, that explains why you became the deputy manager, since looks clearly don't matter here. Otherwise, you wouldn't even qualify to serve water. The moment Rui heard that, she burst into laughter. Baki immediately snapped at her. What exactly are you laughing at? Forget it. Let's start your interview first. Come with me. After entering the broadcasting room, Baki spoke seriously. I told you to memorize this speech. Now recite it. But Rui became so nervous that she couldn't say a single word properly. Baki sighed in disappointment. What were you even thinking when you came here? Our president memorized this entire speech in just one day. You spent 2 whole days on it and still couldn't memorize it. And the very first sentence you said was already wrong. If you don't even know how to use your brain, then leave. Chen finally stepped forward. If you're angry at me, then take it out on me. There's no need to bully other people for no reason. And honestly, you can't do anything to me anyway. That's why you're venting your frustration on everyone else. But to be honest, it looks really pathetic. And another thing, what Rui said earlier wasn't wrong at all. When giving a speech, you don't have to copy every word exactly. At least changing a few words to make it sound more natural should be allowed. Baki immediately argued back. Our president has been writing poetry since childhood. Every single word in her speech is perfect. No one has the right to replace anything. Anyone who tries is an idiot. Chen calmly replied. Then why don't we just call Lin Yu and ask her directly? Right in front of everyone, Chen casually made the call. Lin Yu, I need a small favor. Baki was completely stunned. How is this possible? How does this guy even have President Lin Yu's number? Rui was equally shocked. Not only does he have her number, he's talking to President Lin Yu like they're close friends. Over the phone, Lin Yu explained calmly, in my poems and speeches, changing a few words is completely fine. Poetry is supposed to feel natural, so minor edits don't really matter. Chen smiled and looked at Baki. You heard her, right? But Baki still refused to back down. I don't care. Rui still can't speak properly. So I'm failing her. I'm in charge here. I can do whatever I want. At that moment, another girl suddenly entered the room. Who's causing trouble here? The narrator explained that her name was Wan Yanggui. She was a second-year student from Class 2, the station manager, and also one of the 4 goddesses of the academy. She came from an incredibly famous celebrity family. Her father was a legendary movie director, while her mother was a world-famous actress known as the Movie Queen. Baki quickly pointed at Chen. Station manager, this guy is deliberately causing trouble. Yanggui looked coldly at Chen. Lin Yu recommended you, so I allowed you to join. But if you're here just to flirt with girls, I won't hesitate to kick you out immediately. Chen stared at her calmly and replied, I heard your speech earlier. Your speaking speed is way too slow. You can't even speak 4 words per second. Sorry, but we can't select you either. Yanggui narrowed her eyes. Broadcasting isn't only about speed. Chen nodded. Exactly. Emotion is the soul of broadcasting. I agree Rui's speech lacks speed, but at least she speaks with genuine emotion. Yanggui still shook her head. No matter what you say, she still doesn't meet our requirements. Chen smiled confidently. You seem pretty confident. Then let's make a bet. I'll write down 2 sentences. If you can read them perfectly within 10 seconds, I'll admit defeat and leave with Rui. Yanggui immediately accepted. Fine, I have no problem with that. Rui quickly panicked. Please don't get involved in this because of me. But Chen simply smiled. Relax, I'm not going to lose. Then, Chen secretly sent Yanggui several complicated scientific formulas. Inside his mind, Chen thought confidently, if I send ordinary tongue twisters, she'll probably memorize them. But science formulas are completely different. Even people with high IQs struggle to remember them. In a world with IQ levels this low, there's no way they can memorize scientific formulas. The moment Yanggui looked at the formulas, she became so overwhelmed that blood started dripping from her mouth. Even Baki panicked. Manager, we believe in you. You can definitely do this. But 10 minutes later, Yanggui finally admitted defeat. Rui, I lost. From today onward, you're officially a member of the radio station. Rui looked at Chen gratefully. Chen, thank you so much. Chen smiled warmly. We're classmates, so helping each other is normal. Then Chen quietly said to Lana, this girl would make an amazing artistic ambassador. I feel like she'd stay loyal to me forever. But Lana instantly rejected the idea. You should choose smart people, not idiots. Even after all your help, she's still dumb. Later that night, even after everyone else had left, Yanggui was still sitting alone inside the station. Suddenly, she excitedly shouted, I finally memorized it. Now I can say everything perfectly within 10 seconds. The next day, Rui happily approached Chen with lunch. I brought this for you. You helped me so much yesterday, so thank you. Then she shyly added, just don't tell your girlfriend about this treat. She might misunderstand us. Chen scratched his head awkwardly. I don't have a girlfriend, so don't worry. There's nobody who'd get jealous. The moment Rui heard that, her heart started racing. He doesn't have a girlfriend? That means I actually have a chance with him. Meanwhile, Lana became furious. What exactly does this idiot want? I already told him that once he levels up, I'll become beautiful too. So why is he still trying to flirt with other girls? A little later, Chen and Rui arrived outside the radio station together. Chen looked around in confusion and said, why are there so many people here today? Rui replied, I heard a celebrity is coming to the station today, but I don't know who it is. That's probably why there's such a huge crowd. Meanwhile, inside the station room, Yin Yi had already arrived. Yanggui thought to herself, why is she even putting on makeup inside a radio station? No one outside can even see whether she looks pretty or not. The moment Chen saw her, he immediately shouted, Yin Yi, what are you doing here? Baki instantly panicked. Do you even know who you're yelling at? Today is our celebrity interview event. She's our special guest. We worked incredibly hard to invite her here. So don't even think about driving her away. Yin Yi's expression immediately changed. Did Chen join the radio station? What if he tells everyone how I betrayed him? My entire good girl image would be ruined. At the same time, Yanggui noticed the tension between them. Wait, do these two know each other? Realizing the situation, Yin Yi quickly started acting. Actually, this guy is my ex-boyfriend. He cheated on me behind my back with my best friend. The entire room instantly fell silent in shock. Nobody could believe that Yin Yi had once been Chen's girlfriend. Chen coldly replied, stop making up nonsense. I have nothing to do with you anymore. The crowd immediately started whispering. Wow, Chen is acting so arrogantly. Yin Yi pretended to look heartbroken. I was such an idiot for falling into your trap. Lana angrily muttered, what a disgusting girl. She's acting her heart out. Baki crossed his arms and glared at Chen. I already didn't like you before, but now I seriously hate you. You don't deserve someone like Yin Yi. Lana instantly snapped. Chen, what are you doing? Hurry up and destroy them with your sharp tongue. Show them why you're the main character here. At that moment, everyone in the room started criticizing Chen, but Rui suddenly stepped forward. You shouldn't talk about him like that. As his classmate, I can confidently say that Chen is a true gentleman. He has never treated anyone badly. He even rejected Lin Yu's confession. If he were really a bad person, he would have taken advantage of her too. The crowd instantly became even more shocked. He rejected one of the 4 goddesses? And Yin Yi is already considered one of the top beauties in school. Chen sighed helplessly. You guys are misunderstanding everything. But Yin Yi continued acting innocent. He's just pretending to be a good person. This is exactly how he tricks everyone. Lana growled angrily. The one acting here is you. Baki then looked toward the others and said, I think we should kick Chen out of the station. If this continues, our reputation will be ruined because of him. The crowd immediately agreed. Yeah, kick him out. He's a terrible person. Yin Yi secretly smiled to herself. Perfect. My plan worked exactly how I wanted. But suddenly, Yang Gui walked up to Yin Yi and coldly said, You can leave now. Yin Yi frowned. What? Why should I leave? Yang Gui stared directly into her eyes. I don't know whether your feelings are real or fake, but I do know that everything you're doing right now is nothing but acting. There's no benefit in interviewing a liar like you. And honestly, I prefer honest people, not fake people like you. Yin Yi immediately protested. What makes you think I'm acting? Yang Gui calmly replied, I come from a celebrity family. With acting skills as terrible as yours, you wouldn't even qualify as a third-rate actress. You'd be lucky if the entertainment industry even gave you work. Chen immediately realized something. Because Yang Gui was the daughter of a famous director and actress, she instantly recognized Yin Yi's fake performance. Furious after being exposed, Yin Yi stormed away. You people are the worst. I'm never coming back here again. After Yin Yi left, Baki panicked. Station manager, you drove away our guest. What are we supposed to do now? Yang Gui took a deep breath. Just focus on your work. I'll figure something out. Baki immediately turned toward Chen angrily. You idiot. The annual celebrity interview is one of the most important events of the year. It's a huge opportunity for everyone here to get promoted. And now the entire event is ruined because of you. Chen silently thought to himself, she helped me by exposing Yin Yi. I can't just stand here and watch her get blamed. Meanwhile, Yang Gui looked extremely troubled. I chased away the guest. Should I ask Mom for help? Or should I contact Dad instead? Then the story revealed that Yang Gui's parents were divorced, which made the situation even more complicated for her. Just then, Chen walked up to her and said, Station manager, thank you for speaking the truth. Yang Gui crossed her arms. You don't need to thank me. I did it for the truth, not for you. Chen smiled slightly. A few days ago, during the singing competition, I helped someone out. That's when I got acquainted with the famous music producer Dr. Drip. Would it be okay if I invited him here as the guest instead? Yang Gui looked surprised. But he's incredibly busy. Chen shrugged casually. There's no harm in trying. Maybe he has some free time. The scene then shifted to Dr. Drip's studio. He was busy talking on the phone. Yes, the new song is ready. I'll send it to you within 2 minutes. But suddenly, another phone started ringing. The moment he saw Chen's call, Dr. Drip immediately threw all his other phones aside in excitement. Finally, your call finally came. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this. Chen laughed softly. Producer Dr. Drip, you recognized me just from my voice? Do you really want my song that badly? Dr. Drip answered instantly. Yes, I want that song no matter what. You can ask for any price you want. But Chen calmly replied, I'll do it for free. But I have one condition. At that moment, a girl standing beside Abu Malik asked curiously, I really loved the song Die with a Smile. How much is this guy selling it for? Dr. Drip shook his head in disbelief. He didn't even ask for money. He only wants me to visit Chonggi Academy for an interview. And he wants his identity kept completely secret. Honestly, this kid is really strange. The next day, Yang Gui asked nervously, Is producer Dr. Drip really coming here? Chen nodded confidently. Don't worry. He personally agreed. But Baki immediately mocked him. What, do you think you're some huge celebrity now? You seriously think Dr. Drip will come running here just because you asked? Right at that moment, Chen suddenly received a message. Dr. Drip replied, I won't be able to come today, but I've sent an incredible guest in my place. You're definitely going to enjoy seeing her. Chen frowned to himself. What the heck did he do now? Yang Gui smiled awkwardly. It's fine. At least you tried your best. Baki immediately mocked him. The easiest way to ignore a kid is by making excuses. You were acting so confident earlier. So what happened now? Rui suddenly spoke up. Deputy station manager, if you're really that capable, then why don't you invite someone yourself? Baki scoffed. I wasn't the one who caused this problem. So why should I solve it? The person who created the problem should handle it. Just then, a girl walked into the room and calmly said, I'm here in Dr. Drip's place. Baki frowned. We only interview celebrities here. May I ask who exactly you are? The girl smiled faintly. I'm singer Wang Kao. I think that should be more than enough qualification for this show. The moment Baki heard her name, he froze in shock. The Queen of Heaven. Wang Kao? He was so stunned that the others practically had to carry him away like he was about to collapse. The entire room instantly exploded in excitement. The Queen of Heaven is actually here? Youngwi stared at Chen in disbelief. This guy's connections are insane. He invited the Queen of Heaven with a single phone call. Even major media companies struggle to get interviews with her. Youngwi immediately gave an order. Lock the doors right now. No one leaves the room, and nobody is allowed to use their phones. Everyone stays inside quietly. Then she apologized to Wang Kao. I'm sorry, but if people find out the Queen of Heaven is here, the entire school will fall into chaos. Wang Kao nodded calmly. I understand. I'll cooperate with your show. Chen silently thought, if she's such a huge star, then where's her manager? Meanwhile, Rui stared at Wang Kao with sparkling eyes. I wish I could get her autograph. She's a legendary figure in the music world. If I could even become 5% as good as her, I'd be incredibly happy. Yang Wei quickly said, your time is very precious, so let's begin the interview. May I ask what made you decide to appear on our show? Wang Kao replied. I was with producer Dr. Drip when he received a phone call. It was from the person who sang that incredible song. Yang Wei became curious. What song? Wang Kao smiled mysteriously. He told me not to reveal any hints, but I can still tell you a little. Chen instantly panicked internally. No, please don't expose my identity. But after hearing Wang Kao's vague hint, nobody in the room understood anything anyway. Rui blinked in confusion. What did she even say? About half an hour later, the interview finally ended. Yang Wei bowed politely. Thank you so much for giving us this interview. I'll walk you out, but Wang Kao shook her head. There's no need. The person who invited me can escort me instead. Besides, we share quite a few secrets, so we can chat while walking. The moment the students heard that, they instantly became jealous. Lana grumbled angrily. Chen, you're seriously the worst. You won't even wait for me to grow up first. After they stepped outside, Wang Kao smiled. I kept my promise. Now it's your turn to keep yours. Chen nodded. I'll send you the song Die with a smile, but you absolutely cannot reveal that I'm the writer. Now that everything's clear between us, I'll be leaving. But suddenly, Wang Kao grabbed his hand. Wait a second. I really love your songs. Can you write another song for me? Chen sighed helplessly. Sorry, but I can't. Lana immediately yelled. What are you doing? If you keep writing songs for her, the music level of this entire world will rise dramatically. Chen scratched his head awkwardly. The problem is, I don't remember any more lyrics. The only song I remembered was the one I already sang. Lana finally said, Fine. It's time for me to help you. There's a special book inside the system. You can unlock it with points. After that, you'll be able to copy music lyrics directly from it. Chen's eyes instantly lit up. If that's true, then hurry up and unlock the bookstore. I need that music book. Lana casually replied, It's not that expensive. You only need around 300,000 points. Chen nearly exploded. You're straight up robbing me. If I buy 5 or 6 books from you, my entire credit score will disappear. Then Chen turned toward Wang Kao and said, I do have another song. It's called Espresso. If you want it, you can have it. Wang Kao's eyes sparkled instantly. Give me everything you've got. Chen sighed. You really want all of this for free, huh? After that, Chen handed her the lyrics for Espresso. The moment Wang Kao read them, she became stunned. What an incredible song. Chen silently thought to himself, so this is why she's called the Queen of Heaven. Even just hearing her read the lyrics sounds amazing. As she prepared to leave, Wang Kao suddenly smiled and said, If I were just a little younger, I definitely would have made you my boyfriend. At that moment, Rui secretly witnessed everything. Her eyes widened in shock. So Brother Chen is the masked singer. He's the one who wrote those songs. Even Wang Kao is personally asking him to write music for her. After that, Chen continued completing his daily tasks while also tutoring Lin Yu. One day, Ruzin looked at Rui suspiciously and asked, Rui, I've noticed you've been acting strangely lately. Why are you being so nice to Chen? You cook for him, clean for him, and handle everything for him. Do you like him? Rui immediately panicked. No, it's not like that, sister. You don't understand. Chen is an incredible genius. I'm just trying to help him focus on music. If he continues, he could become someone truly amazing in the future. But deep inside, Rui thought, I need to control myself. I can't tell my sister that Chen is the masked student. Ruzin silently sighed. My little sister is way too innocent. Chen even rejected Lin Yu. If you fall in love with him, he probably won't hesitate to break your heart too. The scene then shifted to Yin Yi, who was recording songs at her agency. The music producer smiled confidently. Don't worry, you sang this song very well. It'll definitely make it into the top 10 rankings. Yin Yi smiled proudly. I know Wang Production is extremely famous. If you get any big future projects, make sure to contact me. As Yin Yi was leaving, she overheard some staff members talking nearby. Did you hear Wang Kao's new song Die with a Smile? It's absolutely incredible. Another staff member replied, I listened to Espresso too. That song is even better. I've replayed it at least 10 times already. Both songs are currently ranked number 1 and 2 in world music. The moment Yin Yi heard that, her expression completely changed. Die with a Smile and Espresso, those are both Chen's songs. If I compare my own music to those songs, mine feels completely worthless. A deep regret filled her heart. I wish I could get Chen back again. If he wrote songs for me, I could become insanely successful. But it looks like I realized his value far too late. Meanwhile, Park excitedly told everyone, "Did you guys know? Our Rui reached rank 2 on the artist list." Junze immediately nodded. "Yeah, you're right. Yinyi currently has 541 votes, while Rui already has 475 votes. Kaishuan said this competition has really helped Rui a lot. Chen replied, "To be honest, Rui is far better than Yinyi." Kaishuan nodded. "I'm supporting the flower of our class too." Rui quickly waved her hands. "Please don't compare me to Yinyi. She's a model, so of course she has a much bigger fan base." Chen smiled confidently. "As long as you stay confident, I'll help you." Rui nodded. "All right, then I'll try even harder to improve." Meanwhile, Ruzin quietly watched everything happening. Just then, Yinyi suddenly entered class 10. All the boys were shocked. "What is Yinyi doing here? We never thought she'd come to class 10. Walking toward Chen, Yinyi said, "Come outside with me. I need to talk to you." Chen replied coldly, "There's nothing left for us to talk about." Yinyi lowered her voice. "I know you're the masked student, so quietly come with me. Otherwise, I'll expose your identity." Soon, Chen and Yinyi stepped outside the classroom together. Park immediately started crying dramatically. First, Lin Yu got rejected, and now Yinyi came here just to get rejected too. Junze sighed. "I seriously want to know what Chen eats every day. Girls keep chasing after him non-stop." Yinyi then said softly, "Brother Chen, can you help me write songs? Your songwriting skills are incredible." Chen stared at her coldly. "After everything you did, you still have the courage to ask me for help? Are you really that shameless?" Yinyi looked guilty. "We spent such a long time together. I made one mistake. Can't you forgive me for that?" Right then, the class bell rang. Chen calmly replied, "I don't have time to talk right now. Come to the radio station during lunch. I want to see how sincere you really are." Lana instantly yelled, "Have you gone crazy? How could you agree to her proposal?" Chen smirked. "Relax. Today, I'm about to put on a very entertaining show." Later that afternoon, Chen and Yinyi arrived at the radio station. Chen explained, "All the radio station equipment was repaired today, so nobody will come here to disturb us." Yinyi looked confused. "What exactly do you want from me?" Chen pulled out a paper. "These are the lyrics to the new song you wanted." Yinyi's eyes instantly lit up. "Give it to me." Chen smiled faintly. "Yeah, I brought it for you, but I have one condition. You already know you were wrong, so how you repay for your mistakes is up to you." Lana immediately shouted, "What kind of shady behavior is this in broad daylight? Chen, you're seriously a terrible person." Meanwhile, Yinyi silently thought, how did Chen change this much? He was never this bold before. Then Yinyi spoke softly. "You've really changed. If you had been like this before, I never would have gone to Killian." Chen replied coldly, "You were the one who said I wasn't even worthy of standing next to Killian." Yinyi lowered her head. "I'm sorry. I was wrong." Chen crossed his arms. "Fine then. Tell me exactly how I'm better than Killian. If your answer satisfies me, I'll give you the song." Yinyi quickly added, "But I want a great song too. Something like Die with a Smile." Chen smirked. "This song is called Please Please Please, and it's amazing. If you want it, then do what I ask. Otherwise, you can leave." Yinyi panicked. No, I want the song. I'll do anything you ask." At that exact moment, Chen secretly turned on the radio station broadcast. Yinyi's voice instantly spread throughout the entire school campus. Over the speakers, everyone heard Yinyi saying, "That Killian guy is just the son of a donkey. He only acts arrogant because of his family's money. If he didn't have money, what would he even have left? He thinks he's cool and handsome, but honestly, he looks like some random tea seller to me. How could an amazing model like me ever truly like that idiot?" Meanwhile, Yangli was shocked. "I thought we weren't even using the radio station today. So, who's broadcasting right now?" Baki frowned. "No one can use the station without your permission. And all the equipment was supposed to be under repair. So how is the audio quality this clear?" Back inside the radio station, Yinyi smiled proudly. "So? How was that? I insulted Killian pretty well, didn't I?" Chen nodded calmly. "Yeah, your performance was excellent, and the entire world heard it. The whole school now knows exactly how much you like Killian." Yinyi's face instantly turned pale. How is that possible?" Lana burst out laughing. "That performance was incredible. I enjoyed every second of it." Yinyi screamed furiously. "You lied to me. I'm never gonna let you off." Chen's expression turned ice cold. "Consider this the beginning of your bad days. I'm going to ruin your life so badly, you won't even be able to imagine it." As they stepped outside the radio station, Lana suddenly warned him, "Someone's coming." Chen quickly sprayed perfume on himself. "I need to get rid of that dog's smell first." Meanwhile, in the hallway, Killian was storming forward in rage. "Yinyi, you only got close to me because of my money, and now you're talking trash about me. Today I'm going to teach you a lesson you'll never forget." At the same time, Chen and Lana hid inside a nearby room. Lana whispered, "Why are we hiding? Are you scared?" Chen smirked confidently. "Who said I'm scared? I'm just making sure my plan succeeds. If Killian sees me here, he'll think I made Yin Yi say all that on purpose. But if he never sees me, then he'll believe Yin Yi said everything willingly. And now, the real show begins. At that moment, Chen noticed that the room he had entered was actually the art classroom. Chen thought, so this is where Rui's older sister, Ruzin, has been working? Lana whispered. This girl's been painting here quietly the entire time. I thought nobody was even inside. Suddenly, the sound of someone getting slapped echoed through the hallway. Chen smirked. The show has officially started. Meanwhile, Ruzin looked confused. Where did that sound come from? Outside, Yin Yi shouted angrily. How dare you slap me? Killian sneered. What's wrong with slapping a bitch like you? Yin Yi snapped back. I'm not the dog here. Your entire family is. If you didn't have money, nobody would even care about you. Right after that, the two of them started fighting. Lana excitedly commented, what an intense fight. This is actually fun to watch. Chen sighed. I came into this room to avoid a fight. Please continue your painting. I won't disturb you anymore. But Ruzin suddenly stopped him. Wait a second, Chen. Look, I know my sister has been doing so well in music because you've been supporting her. She even reached second place on the Goddess of Diva rankings. If you're only helping her because you want revenge on Yin Yi, then I'm telling you right now that it's not right. My sister really admires you. Chen calmly replied, my issues with Yin Yi are completely separate, and supporting your sister is also a different matter. Even if Yin Yi never existed, I still would have supported Rui. I know you're worried because you're her older sister. You think I might take advantage of her. But trust me, that's not what's happening. Ruzin crossed her arms and replied, my sister is very talented. She can shine on her own. She doesn't need anyone's help. Chen walked closer to her painting and said, no, it's actually you who needs my help. Your sketching is excellent, but you overloaded the painting with too many colors. It doesn't matter how perfect your outlines are. If your coloring is bad, the entire painting will look messy. A perfect color combination can completely transform the atmosphere of a painting. And this technique is called the visual balancing effect. As Ruzin looked at Chen's edited painting, she was stunned. This is the first time in my life I've seen such an incredible painting. I've used white color thousands of times before, but it has never looked this beautiful. Even though I don't want to admit it, Chen really is talented. He's already captured a part of my heart. But how can one person be this perfect? He's good at singing, art, and even academics. Do geniuses like this really still exist in the world? When she turned to the side again, Chen had already left the room. The next day, the scene shifted to the pedestrian street. Rui nervously asked, are you sure I should sing here in front of everyone? Chen smiled. Don't worry, your singing skills are amazing. And with the new song I wrote for you, you're definitely going to make a huge impact. Lana commented, even the Queen of Divas supports you, yet you're still helping this girl too? Chen replied, I still don't know how Rui figured out that I'm the masked student. But anyway, I'm only helping her collect votes, nothing more. A moment later, Rui stepped up to the microphone. My name is Rui, and today I'll be performing an original song for everyone. Inside her heart, Rui thought, Chen trusts me so much. I can't let him down. I have to sing perfectly. With that determination, Rui began singing. At the same time, Chen suddenly received a notification. Congratulations, you've been promoted to level 3. After entering the system space, Chen thought, ever since I bought the music library, my points have dropped drastically. But even then, I'm still leveling up so fast. Could it be that our civilization is slowly regaining its intelligence? Lana nodded. Of course. The Queen of Diva and Rui are constantly working hard on the songs you created, and those songs are becoming extremely popular. Especially the song you wrote for the Queen of Diva. It's already ranked at the top of the world charts. That's why your level is increasing so quickly. And every time you level up, my appearance changes too. So hurry up and keep leveling. Chen narrowed his eyes. I don't know why, but sometimes it feels like you care less about saving the world and more about upgrading your appearance. The scene then shifted to Yin Yi's house. She sat there angrily watching Rui's livestream performance. So this is the song I was supposed to sing. That bastard Chen made me pay such a huge price for the lyrics, and then he still refused to give me the song. I'm definitely not letting him off now. Soon after, Lin Yu arrived beside Chen. Sorry for disturbing you, but can you help me solve this problem? Chen replied. First, calculate all the angles of this triangle, then subtract their total from 180 degrees. You'll get the answer pretty easily after that, Lana whispered. You've already explained questions like this to her 100 times. I don't think she's coming here for homework anymore. She's obviously approaching you on purpose. Maybe she likes you. At that moment, Lin Yu handed Chen a box of cookies. My math scores improved a lot last time. I wanted to thank you, so I brought these cookies for you. Chen smirked and looked at Lana. I noticed that you really don't like Lin Yu. Are you jealous because she's prettier than you? Or because her basketballs are bigger than yours? Lana immediately shouted angrily. When I level up, Both my looks and my basketballs will become way better than hers. Just then, Junze and Park walked over to Chen and said, "Man, you're seriously amazing. Even when you reject girls, they still can't stop chasing you." Holding Chen by the shoulder, Kaishuan said, "I want to eat the cookies senior sister made too." A moment later, Chen received a video on his phone. Confused, he thought, "Why did I suddenly get a video from an unknown number?" Inside the video, Rui could be seen completely intoxicated. A message was written below it. "If you don't arrive at the radio station within 5 minutes, you'll regret it." Or maybe this video of Rui in revealing clothes will end up spreading across the entire internet. Chen immediately started running. After watching the video, he muttered, "From the surroundings, this looks more like a sports warehouse than a radio station." Lana warned him, "You're going there without any plan. Be careful. The other side might have already prepared a trap for you. It's obvious the real target isn't Rui, it's you." Chen replied, "I already know who's behind this. It's definitely Yin Yi. No one else has such a disgusting mindset. She's absolutely the one behind this." As soon as Chen arrived, he kicked open the warehouse door and shouted, "Yin Yi, if you want to do something, then come after me. Why are you targeting innocent people?" But after entering the warehouse, he noticed that only Rui was sitting there alone. No one else was present. The moment he stepped further inside, the gate suddenly slammed shut behind him. Chen frowned. "Yin Yi, have you completely lost your mind?" Yin Yi smirked. "I'm perfectly fine. Yesterday, all of you humiliated me in front of everyone. So today, your reputation is going to be destroyed in front of everyone too. I already fed Rui some special pills, and now that you're here with her, those pills are definitely going to work perfectly. To be honest, this isn't even punishment for you. It's more like a reward." At that moment, Rui weakly said, "I feel really hot." Watching Rui act like that, Chen nearly lost control. Embarrassed, he hurriedly asked, "Lana, do you have any detoxification pills? I'll pay any price if you do." Lana rolled her eyes. "Are you an idiot? She hasn't been poisoned, and nobody drugged her. So what's the point of a detoxification pill?" The scene then shifted to Dean Zhang's office. The dean was saying, "The new school year has only just started, and honestly, the new students this year aren't very impressive. The student council's main responsibility is to maintain discipline. Make sure nobody in this school breaks the rules." Just then, Yin Yi barged into the office. "Dean, I need to report something. Some students are trying to do inappropriate things inside the sports warehouse." The dean immediately became furious. "Whoever is doing this will be thrown out of my school. How dare they do something like this on campus?" Yin Yi replied, "The people involved are Chen and Rui from class 10. The dean thought silently, "This kid keeps causing trouble, but right now, he's an important figure. The director of education personally supports him, and because of that, our school has been running smoothly." Dean Zhang then said aloud, "Are you sure Mr. Chen did this? That seems impossible to me. Whether it's academics or personality, that child is exceptional in every way. Are you absolutely certain the person you saw was Chen?" Lin Yu stepped forward and said, "I know Chen too, and I don't think he would ever do something like this." But Bing Cheng replied, "We can't judge without seeing the truth ourselves. Honestly, I also don't believe Chen would do this. So let's go check personally. Then we'll know exactly what's true and what's false." The scene shifted back to Rui and Chen. Chen whispered anxiously, "Rui, wake up quickly, or we're going to get into serious trouble." But Rui suddenly hugged him tightly. Lana panicked. "Chen, hurry! Someone's coming." Outside, Yin Yi confidently said, "We've arrived." "I'm telling you, they're definitely inside." Chen thought nervously, "How am I supposed to stop Rui from making noise? They've already entered the building. There's no way to stop them now." Suddenly, Chen used an invisibility potion, turning both himself and Rui invisible. Yin Yi looked shocked. "Where did Chen go? Why isn't he here anymore?" Chen sighed in relief. "Thank goodness the item shop had an invisibility potion. Otherwise, both of us would have been caught today." Lana quickly warned him, "The invisibility potion consumes 200 points per second, and right now it's affecting 2 people. So be careful." Meanwhile, Rui whispered, "Chen, I want something." Chen thought helplessly, "Even though our bodies are invisible, they can still hear our voices. First Kaishuan tore my clothes apart, and now Rui's doing the same thing. I have to survive this somehow. Otherwise, my mission to change the world is finished." Outside, Yin Yi shouted, "Did you hear that? There are definitely voices coming from here." Lana whispered frantically, "Bad girl, stay away from us." "Chen, they're coming closer. Do something quickly." Yin Yi pointed ahead. "The sound is coming from behind this wall." Chen clenched his teeth. "There's no other way left. I have to stop Rui from making noise." Without hesitation, he kissed Rui to silence her. A few seconds later, Yining looked confused. "Why did the voices suddenly stop?" The dean sighed. "Yin Yi, have you gone crazy? There's clearly nobody here." Bing Cheng added, "Could it be that they heard us coming and hid somewhere else?" Meanwhile, Lana complained, "Chen, how long are you planning to hold Rui like that? You should let her go already." Chen replied quietly, "If I let go, she'll start making noise again." Outside, Yingyi shouted desperately. Dean, I swear I'm not lying. I saw Chen and Rui here with my own eyes. Chen thought coldly. This girl is still trying to ruin my life. Lana, use the wisdom cap on her. Immediately, Lana placed the wisdom cap on Yining. Under its effect, Yingyi suddenly began telling the truth uncontrollably. I drugged Rui, then I locked Chen inside this room with her. After that, I went to call all of you because I thought something would definitely happen between them. I even locked the gate. I don't understand why nothing happened. My perfect plan was ruined. I'm telling the truth. Chen then removed the wisdom cap. Yingyi froze in shock. What did I just say? The dean said sternly. Yingyi, according to school rules, you will now be punished. Meanwhile, Lin Yu smiled happily. Finally, the truth is out. Chen, the false accusations against you are gone now. You're safe. After that, school ended, and all the students began heading home. Rui looked around in confusion and said, What am I doing in the classroom? Ruzin replied, I was about to ask you the same thing. What were you doing here, Rui? I've been looking for you since morning, but I couldn't find you anywhere. And now you suddenly appeared in the classroom, Rui said. A reporter came to interview me, but after he gave me a drink, I can't remember anything. The next thing I knew, I was here in the classroom. She then thought to herself, that reporter probably mixed something into my drink. Wait, I suddenly remembered something. I think I kissed Chen. How am I supposed to face him now? What must he think about me? Outside, Lana complained. It's already really late. Can we go home now? You've been waiting here forever just for that girl to wake up. Looking at his face, Chen muttered, Rui is seriously wild. She bit my lips so hard that they started bleeding. Lana replied, You totally deserve that. A few days later, the scene shifted again. A boy approached Rui carrying a love letter. Rui politely said, I'm sorry, but right now I'm focusing on my career. Junze commented, Rui has become insanely popular. She got 5 confessions in a single day. Being popular really does have its advantages. Park added, You know Rui defeated Yining in the Goddess of Diva competition. And now she's basically the #1 candidate. Some people still have a chance with her right now, but if she becomes even more famous in the future, they probably won't even get close to her. Chen sighed and said, Instead of wasting time talking about nonsense all day, you guys should focus on studying. Just then, a teacher entered the classroom and said, Chen, solve this simplification question. Lana smacked Chen lightly and said, What are you even thinking about? The teacher just asked you a question. Chen calmly answered, The answer is 57. The teacher nodded and said, Chen, I know you're very smart, but you still need to focus more on your studies. Lana teased him. Where has your mind been lately? Why do I feel like you were just sitting there thinking about Rui? Don't fall in love with her, Chen replied. You've started talking nonsense, just like Park and Junze. How can you say I like her without any proof? Lana explained. Do you know why you keep earning so many credit points? Because you wake up early. You stay focused on your goals. And most importantly, you avoid girls. The longer you stay away from girls, the more credit points you earn. On the first day, you got 100 points. On the second day, you got 200. If you keep staying away from girls like this, the points will continue increasing. Chen nodded. All right then. I'll focus even more on my mission from now on. I won't forget those 3 things. The scene then shifted to Bing Cheng's office. Bing Cheng said coldly, Say whatever you came here to say quickly. I already know your friend Yingyi is an idiot. And if you can't prove that Chen bribed his way into the school, I'll throw you out myself. Killian replied, Why are you getting so angry? I brought evidence with me. Chen never took any entrance exam to join Chongyi Academy. The principal personally approved his admission, and Chen's uncle is very close friends with the principal. They even met before the admission process. I've already given you the evidence. But do you even have the courage to question the principal face to face? Bing Cheng answered confidently, Just wait and watch. As long as I'm in this school, nobody can break the rules. Not even the principal. The next day, notices were posted all over the bulletin board saying that Chen had bribed the principal to gain admission into the school. It also claimed that Chen's uncle had privately spoken with the principal beforehand and that such corruption should never be tolerated. The students of Class 10 immediately started tearing down the posters. One of them shouted, All of this is nonsense. Chen looked confused. What exactly is going on here? Kaishuan explained. Someone spread posters all over the school saying that you used illegal methods to get admitted. Chen was shocked. But who would do something like this? Kaishuan replied, That's exactly why we're clearing things up. These are just rumors. At that moment, Bing Cheng walked forward and said, These aren't rumors. They're facts. We have clear evidence that Chen used unfair methods to get into the school. Students enter Chongyi Academy through hard work. Someone who can't even pass the entrance exam has no right to stay here. Chen thought silently, Killian definitely planned all of this against me. That's why the entire school has turned against me. Soon, students around them started shouting, Throw Chen out of the school. Students like him don't belong here. Lana grumbled. People with yellow hair are always the worst. They keep causing trouble for no reason. Just then, Cheonggi Academy's principal, Ling Jiangtong, arrived. He shouted, "Everyone quiet down. Bing Cheng, you're a member of the student council. Your responsibility is to maintain order in the school. So why are you creating chaos instead?" Bing Cheng replied firmly, "I'm not doing this without reason. First, Chen never took the entrance exam. Meanwhile, every other student here earned their admission properly. Second, we never received any recommendation letter from Chen's family. And third, there's no way he could have passed the interview process. That's why he was never interviewed. The only reason he got admitted was because you personally approved it. And that happened because you have close relations with his uncle. Cheonggi Academy used to be a place ruled by strict regulations. No one was allowed to break the rules. Principal, I demand a full investigation into Chen. We've already investigated most of it ourselves, but you can verify everything personally. And if Chen is found guilty, he should be expelled immediately. In this school, discipline has always come first, and it always will." The crowd instantly began cheering. "Bing Cheng is amazing. Chen should definitely be expelled." Ling Yu stepped forward angrily. "Bing Cheng, how dare you question my father's integrity? He has always treated every student fairly. He has never shown favoritism. Do you really think he's the kind of person who would accept bribes?" Bing Cheng replied calmly, "We'll know the truth after the investigation. Right now, I still believe something suspicious is going on." Principal Zhang then said, "The decision to admit Chen was entirely mine, but I had my reasons for doing it." Killian immediately interrupted, "What kind of reasons could justify breaking the school rules? And now you're too afraid to even explain them. Obviously, Chen's family must have paid you a huge amount of money." Lana angrily muttered, "If I had a physical body right now, I would have beaten this guy to death already." Chen finally stepped forward and said confidently, "The reason is simple. I'm the greatest student Cheonggi Academy has ever seen, and there will never be another student like me again." Hearing those words, all the students of Class 10 became excited. Meanwhile, Lin Yu thought silently, "No matter how smart I become, I could never confidently say something like that." Chen continued, "Bing Cheng, I know you care deeply about fairness. So if you think I'm lying, then ask me any difficult question you want. I'll answer every single one. And if I fail to answer even one question, I'll leave this school immediately." Bing Cheng said, "All right then. Let's move to the hall. This question and answer competition will continue there." As they walked, Bing Cheng looked at Chen and said, "You've managed to win until now because you're clever. But that doesn't mean you're truly intelligent. In mathematics, English, and language arts, you'll compete against the top second-year rankers. And if you manage to defeat the first-ranked students, then I'll personally bow down and apologize to you." Lana immediately panicked. "We have to compete against second-year students?" Chen replied calmly, "You know the second-year students are extremely skilled in mathematics. And the number one student among them is Bing Cheng. That's why she's doing all this just to defeat me personally." Soon, the competition between Chen and Bing Cheng officially began. The principal announced, "This will be a one-on-one competition. Each participant may ask the other 3 questions. Choose your questions carefully because there won't be a second chance. Whoever answers the most questions correctly within 10 minutes will be declared the winner." "All right then, let the competition begin." Bing Cheng stepped forward first. "Fine, I'll ask the first question," she said. "There are rabbits and chickens inside a cage. There are 35 heads in total and 94 feet. Now tell me how many rabbits and chickens are inside the cage." The audience instantly became nervous. One student whispered, "That question is insanely difficult. I still don't even understand it after hearing it 3 times. Park sighed. "Even if you gave me 10 full minutes, I still wouldn't be able to solve that." Chinze added, "This is clearly bullying. How is a first-year student supposed to answer something like that? I bet even Bing Cheng doesn't know the answer herself." Lin Yu shook her head. "No, she definitely knows. Her father is a mathematics professor. That's why she's extremely talented at solving these kinds of problems." Meanwhile, Kaishuan looked excited sitting beside Lin Yu. "Miss Lin Yu is sitting right next to me. Chen, thank you so much. Because of you, I got the chance to sit beside her." At that moment, Chen calmly said, "I've got the answer." Everyone froze in shock. "He solved it in only 30 seconds? Bing Cheng narrowed her eyes and answered, "There are 12 rabbits and 23 chickens. That's the correct answer." "Fine. Let's move to the next question." Chen smiled. "Now it's my turn to ask." He pointed at several words written on the board and said, "Using the rhythm hidden inside these words, derive the multiplication formula." Park stared blankly. "Was that even a real question?" Jinze said helplessly. "There's no way anyone can answer that. Only a few geniuses in the world can combine mathematics and English like this." Lin Yu smiled proudly. "I already knew Chen would do something incredible." Kaishuan added confidently, "Chen is my bro. We've studied together before. I knew from the beginning that he would win." Bing Cheng frowned angrily. "What kind of ridiculous question is that? I'm not answering it." Chen smirked. "So you don't even understand basic math? That's okay. You can come to me later. I'll give you private tutoring." Bing Cheng gritted her teeth. This guy is trying to provoke me, but I can't lose my temper in front of everyone. I need to stay calm and think carefully. 10 minutes later, the competition continued. Chen said, I have to admit, you're pretty smart. You answered 2 of my questions correctly. Bing Cheng replied, the first question was tricky, but I managed to solve it. We just had to determine the alphabetical value of every letter and multiply them together. As for the second question, it only required a standard formula, but inside her mind, she was panicking. To be honest, solving the second question took everything I had. But I can't let Chen know it took me 14 attempts to solve it. Then she said aloud, Chen, if I think your answer isn't correct, I'll ask the audience to vote for me as the winner. Chen smiled confidently. Your hopes of winning are about to completely collapse, because my next question is truly incredible. He then drew a few marks on the board and said, using only these marks, create a diamond shape. Bing Cheng immediately froze. What kind of question even is this? I feel like his level is far beyond anything I could ever reach. The students of Class 10 instantly erupted with excitement. This is amazing. Lin Yu thought proudly, Chen, you were incredible today. You actually defeated Bing Cheng in mathematics. The principal then announced, the first competition has ended. The winner is Chen. Next will be the English test. The contestants have 2 minutes to prepare. After that, both participants will deliver a long speech. The audience will vote for whichever speech they like more. At that moment, a girl walked toward Chen and said politely, Junior brother Chen, it's nice to meet you. You just finished an intense math competition. So why don't you take a short rest? I'll continue the competition until then. The narrator explained that this girl was Rosanna from 2nd year Class 7. She was also the secretary of the Foreign Affairs Department in the Student Council and one of the 4 goddesses of the Academy. Chen smiled politely. Senior sister, you're really kind. Lana scoffed. These people are way too confident in their abilities. That's why they're not even taking you seriously. Chen replied, Lana, why do you always think negatively about everyone? You never say anything good. Lana answered, why does it matter to you? You're also just pretending to be a good person. I know you're not actually that innocent. Rosanna then stepped onto the stage and said fluently, Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Junzi whispered excitedly. Rosanna was born into a diplomat family. Her relatives include Americans, Chinese, and Russians. English is basically her mother tongue. She's even invited to major international English conferences. Honestly, Chen is facing a terrifying opponent this time. Kaishuan shook his head confidently. Chen is someone who even defeated me. I believe he'll definitely beat her too. He's not going to lose to anyone here. After Rosanna finished her speech, she received 95 points. The entire hall burst into applause. That was amazing. But Kaishuan immediately grabbed Park and Junze and shouted, Why are you cheering for Rosanna? Did you forget we're on Chen's side? Chen still has a chance. She didn't get a perfect score. Meanwhile, Lin Yu silently prayed, Chen, you can do this. At that moment, Chen finally stepped forward and began his speech. Lana immediately asked, Why aren't you using the system's assistance? It's going to help you way too much. Chen thought to himself, a speech alone won't be enough. Whatever Rosanna said earlier completely went over everyone's heads. I need to say something people can actually understand and relate to. As he stepped onto the stage, Chen thought, how about I recite a poem instead? The moment Chen finished his poem, the entire crowd of students burst into excitement. Chen smiled inwardly. I knew it. The goal wasn't to show off my English. It was to connect with the audience. Just looking at their expressions, I can tell they understood the poem and genuinely enjoyed it. Backstage, Bing Cheng angrily grabbed Killian by the collar. Where were you? You said Chen used unfair methods to enter the school, but he's actually incredibly talented. Killian smirked confidently. Relax, he's not going to win. I've already spoken with the higher-ups. He'll definitely lose. So stay out of my way for now. Otherwise, you'll only interfere with my plans. At that moment, the system announced, the winner is Rosanna. Chen received only 55 points. Lana exploded in anger. What kind of garbage system is this? Why did it give you such a low score? Does this thing even know how scoring works? I'm a far superior system than this. Chen narrowed his eyes. Something strange is definitely going on here. Meanwhile, Killian laughed proudly. My friend Chen, you're finished. The scene then shifted to a hacker sitting in front of a computer. The hacker smirked. Hacking Chongqi Academy's system and lowering the scores was ridiculously easy, and I even got paid enough for 100 days worth of snacks. Killian sent him a message. You did a great job. The hacker replied respectfully. Young Master Jin, thank you for your praise. If you ever need anything else, feel free to contact me. Just then, the hacker received another urgent message telling him to report to the office immediately. During the group meeting, the hacker said nervously, I only stepped away for a little side job to earn some money. Meanwhile, Principal Zhang Tang announced, the final match will be the Chinese literature competition. This round will determine the true winner. Lana immediately protested. Principal, listen to me. There's obviously something wrong with the scores from the second round. You should investigate it before moving on to the third round. Chen calmly replied, "Don't worry, Lana. The principal has already realized there's a problem with the system. That's why the system won't be handling the scores this time." Then Chen asked, "So who's my opponent this round?" To his surprise, his opponent turned out to be Lin Yu. Chen thought, "Oh, my opponent is Lin Yu." Then he quietly asked Lana, "Does our bookstore have any powerful books?" Lana instantly replied, "We've got plenty of incredible books." Chen smiled. "Good. Then bring me the most expensive one." At the same time, he thought to himself, "Ever since the Queen of Diva started singing my songs, I've been earning tons of points. So now I don't even have to think twice before spending." Lana laughed proudly. "Having money really feels amazing. We can spend as much as we want." Soon, both Chen and Lin Yu began presenting their poems. Kaishuan whispered excitedly, "The president is incredible. She's beautiful and intelligent." Park and Junze replied, "It's impossible to predict who will win." Then Chen suddenly said, "Lin Yu, your poem doesn't match mine at all. Every word in a poem should carry meaning, but your verses don't really convey anything." Lin Yu panicked internally. "What am I supposed to do now?" Kaishuan immediately shouted, "I support you. You can't lose." But eventually, Lin Yu admitted defeat in front of Chen. The principal announced, "The results are now clear. The winner is Chen." Suddenly, Killian stepped forward and interrupted. "I object. Lin Yu is the principal's daughter, and she already confessed her feelings to Chen before, so she's completely unqualified to compete fairly." Lin Yu angrily replied, "But I competed honestly. I did the best I possibly could." Chen looked at Killian calmly. "Why are you taking your anger out on Lin Yu? If you dislike the results so much, then you can compete against me yourself. And if I lose to you, I'll leave the school immediately." Lana laughed mockingly. "This idiot wants to fight against you? He doesn't know anything." Chen then faced the crowd and said loudly, "Is there anyone here who disagrees with my poem? If someone can create a better poem than mine, then I'll gladly accept defeat." The entire hall instantly fell silent. Not a single person spoke. Suddenly, a voice echoed from the Academy's system speakers. "I accept this challenge." Chen narrowed his eyes. That voice came from the big screen, so the person speaking must be the same one who manipulated the scores. Moments later, an extraordinary poem appeared on the massive screen. Then another, and another. Soon, more than 7,500 poems flooded the display. Chen's expression changed. These are all famous poems from throughout history. They've all been gathered together here. The person behind this must also be a survivor. Lin Yu looked worried. "Is Chen going to lose?" Chen thought carefully. "If I reveal an even better poem than this, everyone will realize I'm a survivor too. But if I lose, then I'll have to leave Chongji Academy. What should I do? Leave the school or expose my true identity? I don't know which choice is better." Meanwhile, Bing Cheng smiled coldly. "The guy you hired went overboard. He uploaded way too many poems." The hacker quickly defended himself. "What are you talking about? I already did my part before. But this time, I didn't do anything. There's definitely another hacker here messing with Chongji Academy's system." Meanwhile, Chen made his decision. "These poems are incredible. I should just accept defeat. If I lose here, it won't really matter. At worst, people will just think I'm not that talented. I can simply transfer to another school. But if they discover I'm a survivor, they'll chase me wherever I go. And that could put my sister's life in danger." Bing Cheng crossed her arms and declared proudly, "You won once and lost twice. So now you have no choice but to drop out of the school. And don't even think about making excuses." Chen replied calmly, "When did I ever say I wouldn't drop out? I'm not the kind of person who goes back on his word." Lin Yu quickly said, "But our competition was between you and me. And since you defeated me, that means you won." Chen shook his head. "No, I clearly said that if anyone defeated me, I would leave the school. And now that I've lost, I have to accept it." Lin Yu protested anxiously, "But you shouldn't do that. This could seriously ruin your future." At that moment, Rosanna stepped forward and said, "I think there's definitely something wrong with the English scores. You all saw the poems appearing on the screen by themselves. That clearly means the system was hacked. First fix the system, then check the actual results." Killian immediately interrupted, "You want to inspect the system? But you don't have the authority to order an inspection." Rosanna replied confidently, "Everyone here already saw that the system was hacked. So if someone could hack the system, then lowering Chen's score wouldn't be impossible either." The students in the crowd started shouting, "Check the system first. There shouldn't be any cheating here. You can't expel Chen without proper proof." Killian clenched his fists in frustration. "I worked so hard for this. So why isn't this guy getting expelled?" Meanwhile, Bing Chen glared at him suspiciously. "What exactly have you done?" Soon after, the principal announced, "The technical department has inspected the system. And just as our student Rosanna suspected, the system had indeed been hacked. Chen's score was deliberately modified. His real score is 98. That means Chen also wins the English round. Since he won in 2 subjects, there is no longer any reason for him to leave the school." Lena instantly burst into tears of relief. I was so scared that we'd have to leave the school. Then how would we bully these people? The girls nearby cheered happily. Chen isn't leaving. Kaishuan ripped open his shirt dramatically and shouted, "My brother won. I always knew my bro was incredible." At that moment, the system announced, "You have won the competition. As a reward, you will receive 200,000 points. You are also being promoted from normal school bully to scholar bully level." Lana cried emotionally. "Chen, I don't even know how to thank you." Suddenly, Lana's body started transforming. Looking down at herself excitedly, she shouted, "Finally, they got bigger." The system announced, "This is Lana 2.2. Lana proudly posed. "See? I told you my appearance would become amazing." Chen sighed helplessly. "What difference does appearance even make? Your name is still Lana Batty." Immediately afterward, Lana started punching him. The system then announced again, "As a reward for becoming a scholar bully, you have unlocked a new skill, telepathy." Chen looked surprised. "How do I use it?" Lana explained. "It's a permanent skill, so it doesn't consume any points. You can use telepathy to communicate with anyone you choose." Chen nodded. "That actually sounds pretty useful." Lana smirked mischievously. "But there's one condition. You can only sense people you've kissed in real life." Chen froze. "So the rule about avoiding girls is impossible to follow now." Lana laughed. "Well, who said you have to kiss girls? You can kiss boys too." Chen immediately yelled, "Stop talking nonsense! I'm not that kind of guy." At that moment, Rosanna walked over and shook Chen's hand. "Your poem was incredible. I've never been able to write something like that. If I ever need help with English literature, I'll definitely come to you." Chen smiled politely. "You're welcome anytime. You also have a lot of things I could learn from." Meanwhile, Lin Yu stared at Rosanna jealously. "I'm never letting him get close to Rosanna. Chen is my private tutor." Then Chen suddenly looked toward Bing Cheng. "Oh right, I almost forgot about you. You said you'd kneel down and apologize if you lost. So what happened to that? You already lost, didn't you? Say something." Killian angrily pointed at Chen. "Just wait. You'll see how we defeat you next time." Chen smirked. "You've already tried countless times to beat me, and most of the time you just embarrass yourselves. But somehow you still refuse to give up. Well, let's see what you can actually do to me." Deep inside, Chen thought coldly, "Killian, everything you took from me, I'm going to take it all back." Meanwhile, the hacker muttered to himself, "I thought this guy would recite an unbelievable poem. But he just accepted defeat instead." Sakata asked, "Weren't you talking about a survivor earlier? So where is this survivor?" The hacker frowned. "At first, I thought it was Chen, but I was wrong. The real survivor was the other hacker who uploaded those poems. That person is definitely a survivor." Sakata narrowed his eyes. "So you still don't know who the survivor actually is?" The hacker sighed. "If I knew, we wouldn't still be sitting here guessing." Red mocked him. "You're seriously the worst hacker in our entire team." The hacker grumbled angrily. "All my hard work went to waste." "Chen, I still can't tell whether you're a survivor or not, but you've definitely become a huge headache for me." A few days later, Chen had become extremely popular around school. Dozens of girls surrounded him with gifts in their hands. Chen desperately whispered to Lana, "Help me get rid of them." Lana laughed loudly. "Why are you complaining? You became the hero of the competition, so now you have to deal with the consequences." Junzei said enviously. Ever since that competition, Chen has become insanely famous. Every time he steps outside the classroom, girls surround him, and they all totally adore him. Kaishuan proudly declared, "I'm definitely not jealous of Chen. Even if thousands of girls like him, I only care about Sister Lin Yu." Park immediately replied, "But she doesn't like you. She likes Chen too." The next second, Kaishuan slammed Park into the ground. Junzei sighed helplessly. "Bro, calm down." Meanwhile, Chen thought nervously, "How am I supposed to escape from this mess? Ever since becoming a scholar bully, I've gained tons of new items. Maybe I should use good fortune." Right then, an announcement echoed through the school. "Class 10 student Chen, please report to the student council office immediately." The girls around him screamed excitedly. Chen's being called to the student council. Suddenly, a powerful gust of wind swept through the area, creating the perfect opening for Chen to escape. Lana immediately panicked. "You used the wrong item. What you activated was lucky karma. For the next 10 minutes, you'll have to protect yourself. Otherwise, your dignity might get completely destroyed." While running away, Chen shouted, "What kind of trash item costs 500 points? Lana replied, "Because of the strong wind, the skinny girls got blown away easily, but the heavier girls are still standing there and chasing after you. And remember, if you come into contact with girls and the system thinks you're avoiding them, you won't receive any points." Trying desperately to avoid the girls, Chen practically broke a world record. He complained, "This system is absolutely ridiculous. It punishes me for getting close to girls, and it also punishes me for staying away from them. What does it expect from me? To become some kind of monk?" Soon after, Chen finally arrived at the student council office. Breathing heavily, he said, "Finally, I managed to escape from all of them." The moment he looked up, he saw the four goddesses standing in front of him. Chen immediately thought, why do I suddenly feel like being surrounded by these four goddesses is a really bad sign? At that exact moment, because of Chen's lucky karma effect, a fly suddenly appeared in the room. Rosanna and Lin Yu instantly panicked after seeing it. Meanwhile, Wang started chasing the fly around to kill it, but during the chaos her tie loosened slightly, accidentally revealing part of her basketballs. Chen quickly looked away while thinking, staying calm right now is seriously difficult. Suddenly, Bing Cheng accidentally pushed Chen down and fell directly on top of him. She angrily said, I'm not letting you go. Lana laughed loudly. Your lucky karma is working way too well. Chen hurriedly asked, how much time is left before the effect ends? Lana replied, 3 seconds. At that moment, the girls suddenly started running toward Chen while shouting, only Chen can save us. There's nobody else here who can help. Then all of them jumped onto him at once. A few moments later, Chen sighed in relief. Finally, it's over. Lin Yu apologized awkwardly. Sorry about that. Everyone got disturbed because of the fly. Meanwhile, Bing Cheng's face turned red with embarrassment. I can't believe I fell on top of Chen. How am I supposed to face him now? Lin Yu then looked at Chen seriously and said, you already proved your abilities during the previous competition. We believe you should be transferred to a higher class. You could even skip grades entirely. Why don't you move to another class? Chen immediately shook his head. No, class 10 is perfectly fine for me, Lin Yu explained. Class 10 is meant for weaker students. I mean, special students. If you transfer to a better class, you'll get better teachers and better resources. Chen thought to himself, even if the teachers are amazing, they still only teach elementary level knowledge. I won't gain anything useful from transferring. And if I transfer classes, the system might think I'm becoming arrogant. Who knows what kind of punishment it'll give me next? What if it makes me wear girls' clothes or something? Then Chen said out loud, I've decided to stay in class 10 and help improve everyone's grades. Lin Yu smiled warmly. I thought you were just a good person. But it turns out you genuinely care about everyone. If that's your decision, then we won't force you. But we do have one request. Chen immediately thought, besides tutoring, what else could they possibly want? Lin Yu continued, tomorrow is Saturday, so I want you to come to my house for a group study session. The other 3 girls will also be there. We can all study together. And if you have friends, you can bring them too. Chen thought awkwardly, why do we even need a group study session? Meanwhile, Lana muttered suspiciously, I don't trust their intentions. There's definitely something strange going on here. The next day, the scene shifted to the Lin family mansion. The maids welcomed everyone politely. Welcome. Rui, Kaishuan, and the others looked completely shocked. You even have maids? Jinzei explained. Looks like you guys really don't know about the Lin family. The Lin family is a famous scholarly family. They also own shares in several high-tech companies. Chen casually replied, so they're rich, what's the big deal? Why are you all acting so dramatic? Rui quietly thought, how does Chen know so much about the Lin family? And why does he support them so much? Park whispered suspiciously, do you really think their relationship is normal? Chen has probably already met the Lin family parents. Chen immediately thought, Uncle Li already told me about all of them. What nonsense are these idiots imagining now? Kaishuan instantly punched Park and shouted, shut your mouth! If you say anything disrespectful about Sister Lin again, I won't spare you. Park complained while fixing his hair. I spent 2 whole hours styling my hair and you ruined it. Just then, Lin Yu walked in and said, all right everyone, let's begin the group study session. The moment Kaishuan saw Lin Yu, his nose instantly started bleeding. Meanwhile, Chen noticed something strange. One of the 4 heavenly goddesses is missing, Lin Yu explained. Sorry, Bing Cheng couldn't come today. Chen immediately smiled. That's actually good news. At least nobody will cause trouble today. Half an hour later, Junzei groaned loudly. Why have we been doing homework this entire time? I'm already bored to death, Chen replied calmly. That's literally the whole point of group study. Park sighed dramatically. Yeah, but can't we do something more fun too? Lin Yu smiled and said, everyone can take a short break from studying. Let's refresh ourselves for a bit. Park immediately thought, I want to eat tons of food. Meanwhile, Junzei thought, I want to play games. But Chen simply said, I'm not interested in any of that. I just want to keep working. Lin Yu then explained proudly, my family owns thousands of books. We have both ancient and modern Chinese literature. You all have a great opportunity to read them. The moment Chen heard that, his eyes lit up. A huge collection of rare books. I definitely want to see them. As Chen walked toward the bookshelf, Lin Yu suddenly asked, Chen, can you solve this question for me? Right then, Rui rushed over too. Chen, can you help me as well? Chen looked at Rui's work and thought helplessly. She got literally every answer wrong. Before Chen could respond, Wang stepped forward confidently. I know how to solve this question. Come on, I'll explain it to you. There's no need to bother Chen. Meanwhile, Rui secretly whispered to Rosanna, Sister, please keep an eye on Chen. Chen and the president shouldn't be left alone together. Rosanna's heart immediately started racing. Every time I talk to Chen, my heart speeds up. How am I supposed to casually ask him something? Just as Rosanna was about to speak to Chen, Rosanna suddenly walked over herself and said, I really love English. Come on, I'll help you solve all these questions. Watching the chaos unfold, Jinsei laughed. This is seriously entertaining. It feels like I'm watching a live manga right now. The main character's friends are solving every problem around him. Kaishuan proudly whispered, but they still couldn't catch me. I'm hiding right here. At that moment, Lin Yu handed Chen a difficult question and explained, one of my friends gave me this problem. Whenever we meet, we exchange difficult questions with each other. But I've never been able to solve this one. After reading it carefully, Chen thought, this question combines literature and science together. Looks like Lin Yu's friend is definitely not normal either. While solving the question, Chen said, there, I figured out the answer. You can show this solution to your friend. Lin Yu replied, I'll send it to her right away. Chen thought to himself, even though Lin Yu is weak in science, she's incredibly talented in the arts. She's brave too. She even stopped Kaishuan from fighting and helped him become a better person. She has a strong sense of justice, and she's also very loyal to me. Maybe I should make her the ambassador of liberal arts. Then Chen suddenly asked, Lin Yu, what do you think about me? Lin Yu instantly blushed. Was that a confession? She nervously replied, you're an amazing student, and your personality is great too. Whenever I see you, I feel really happy. But we've only known each other for a short time, and we still don't truly understand one another. Please don't think I'm rejecting you. I'm not rejecting you at all. Meanwhile, Rui and Kaishuan overheard the conversation and became visibly upset. Lin Yu continued awkwardly. Actually, I really enjoy being around you. But I don't know how to properly say this. I'm sorry, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Chen quickly stopped her. Calm down, I wasn't confessing to you. Lin Yu froze. Wait, you weren't confessing? At the same time, she thought sadly, then why do I suddenly feel so disappointed? The scene then shifted to a university lecture hall. Suhai Susu, the daughter of a famous scientist family, was giving a lecture. The students whispered among themselves, Senior, Miss Susu looks like a student herself, and yet she's confident enough to speak openly at such a high-level academic program. Another senior explained, she's one of the greatest geniuses in the country. She's also the youngest PhD mathematician in the world. Top universities everywhere invite her to give lectures. Her reputation isn't just famous in our country, she's recognized internationally too. Some people even say she'll win a Nobel Prize within 10 years. And she might also receive the Philip Award, the highest honor in mathematics. Just then, Suhai Susu's phone suddenly started vibrating. Lin Yu had sent her the answer Chen solved earlier, so I thought to herself, this is incredible. Lin Yu actually solved it. No, someone must be helping her. I know my friend well, there's no way she could solve this question alone. The scene shifted again. Chen and Lin Yu were calmly studying together while Wang scolded Rui nearby. You still haven't improved after all this time. When you first joined the radio station, you made the exact same mistake, and now you're repeating it again. Meanwhile, Rosanna was discussing English studies nearby. At that moment, Principal entered the study room. Oh, there are quite a lot of students here. Everyone immediately greeted him. Hello, Principal. Principal Lin smiled at Chen. Chen, you were amazing in today's competition. You really impressed me. Keep improving like this. Chen replied politely, thank you for the praise. There are many hidden talents in Chongyi Academy. Even if I sounded confident earlier, I'm definitely not the smartest person here. The principal then said, come with me. I need to discuss something with you. Meanwhile, Park whispered excitedly, I've seen scenes like this in so many dramas. They're definitely going to discuss Chen marrying Sister Lin. We're finally going to get wedding party soon. The moment he finished talking, Rui and Kaishuan punched him in the face. The scene then shifted to the principal's study room. Chen asked seriously, Principal Lin, are there other survivors inside Chongyi Academy? Principal Lin replied, are you suspecting that the person who displayed those poems on the screen was another survivor? You're mistaken. I was the one who displayed those poems. After the disaster, not only did human survivors remain alive, but some important documents survived too. Scholars from around the world secretly preserved them. The poems I showed that day were part of the treasures I protected. Yesterday, hackers infiltrated our school system. And I believe those hackers are the same people hunting survivors, the Terminators. It seems they've realized many survivors are hiding inside Chongyi Academy. I knew people would start suspecting you because of your knowledge. So I used those poems to divert attention away from you. Lana immediately said, this principal really is a genius. Chen lowered his head apologetically. I'm sorry. I should have stayed low profile. Because of me, you got dragged into unnecessary trouble too. Principal Lin smiled gently. Don't worry about it. Protecting you and Zhaojin is also my responsibility. You two are no different from Lin Yu in my eyes. By the way, an academic community gathering will be held at our academy in a few days. If you're interested, you should definitely attend. I can even arrange leave from school for you. Lana became excited. You absolutely have to attend. If you spread knowledge among the smartest people in this world, knowledge will spread much faster, and you'll earn a huge amount of points from it too. However, Chen shook his head. I'm sorry, Principal, but I can't go. I have my own reasons. Lana silently thought, so you're really going to ignore my advice? Later, Chen arrived at Uncle Lee's house. Uncle Lee said, Chairman, I heard you rejected the principal's invitation. Chen nodded. Yes, Uncle. To be honest, I still can't believe the Terminators are operating so close to us. What if I leave the city and the Terminators find my sister? What would happen to her then? There would be nobody here to protect her. Uncle Lee replied calmly, I understand your concerns. That's exactly why we're trying to protect the survivors. But honestly speaking, many survivors will attend tomorrow's gathering. The principal and I were hoping you would help us. If you help us, we might be able to identify the Terminators. Because if we keep running away from this problem instead of solving it, one day it'll catch up to us. And when that happens, we'll be completely alone. Chen sighed heavily. I understand what you're saying, Uncle, but making this decision is really difficult for me. Uncle Lee then added, one more thing. Some of your father's old friends will also attend tomorrow's gathering. They used to work closely with him. Whether you come or not, the choice is yours. Later that night, Chen tucked Zhaojun into bed. As she slept peacefully, he thought, I wanted to avoid going to the city, but it looks like I have no choice now. Uncle Lee gave me a document father left behind. He said it contains a list of survivors. If the words are separated individually, Uncle Lee understands them. But once the entire code is combined together, even he can't figure it out. If I solve this document completely, I might finally learn why Dad died. Was he murdered, or did he take his own life? The truth behind Father's death is finally getting closer. But to investigate it, I'll have to leave Zhaojun behind alone. And honestly, I really don't want to do that. At that moment, Zhaojun sleepily opened her eyes and said, Big brother, why did you stop reading the story? I'm still not sleepy. Chen clenched his fists. I don't have any other choice anymore. I have to do this. Suddenly, Lana shouted, You pervert, Chen. What are you doing? Chen immediately replied, I'm kissing my sister's forehead so I can establish a telepathy connection with her. You dirty-minded system, your brain seriously doesn't work properly. Right after that, Chen hurriedly left. Half asleep, Zhaojun looked around in confusion. Where did Big Brother go? A few days later, the scene shifted to City A. Lana looked around in shock. So the gathering is being held here? This mansion is huge. Principal Lin Zhong smiled when he saw Chen arrive. Chen, you actually came. I'm really glad. Chen replied seriously. I'll do my best to help you find the survivors. At that moment, someone nearby suddenly shouted, Miss, you're talking nonsense. The scenes you mentioned don't even exist in the books. The girl calmly replied, a subject only becomes perfect when mathematics is properly applied to it. According to my algorithm, yin equals 0 and yang equals 1. Chen looked at the mysterious girl carefully and thought, she definitely doesn't seem ordinary. What exactly is her story? And with that, the episode came to an end. What happens next will be revealed in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned.